Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Tabletop Gaming. We're back with some more Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we left off, we had just saved an ungrateful douchebag of a dwarf again,
And, and we're going to go meet more dwarves.
which may or may not be also douchebags.
And Zoho almost died.
You almost
Almost.
died. You almost died. I was at 2 health.
Yeah, but you didn't get knocked unconscious.
Okay, alright, you're all pretty, let's get over it.
Bitch, I'm gorgeous.
Right. So yes, you had a bit of an interruption dealing with some wyverns and a dwarf you've met before who apparently is rather angry all the time. Right.
He's a dick.
Now, what I need to do is I'm on the wrong menu. Faye, you trusted calendar keeper. What day are you currently on?
Okay, right. Yes. If we've only just left the, if we've only just taken off, we
The day
are
that you fought the wyverns.
the 14th of Sakine.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much.
I'm going to die.
Please.
No. Well, maybe. Who knows? Depends on whether you make bad choices.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
That'd be a sad end to
Right.
the campaign.
So you've got effectively 2 more days.
Jesus.
So you rejoin the boat after the battle, all tired and weary, and you all clamber aboard after calling him over from the other side of the riverbanks, and you start on your journey again. A little delayed, but you continue up to your next stop.
Stop dying. You've been coughing for a lot lately.
Yeah.
Right. You continue on your journey for the rest of the day, and you pull up at the next available spot as night begins to fall, and you set up as camp as you're normally doing, and you aim for a good night rest after your tired, weary bodies ache from being battered around. So you get to click your long rest buttons.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
Okay, let's see here. Cayenne. Thrill.
Oh no. I think Faye's going robo.
No.
No?
For a slight bit.
Kaite. Character.
So
Long rest.
we should bring you back up to your HP and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You go through the night, uneventful. Thank God for that.
Mm.
And you
Oh, wait.
continue on another
Wait,
day.
hold.
Yes?
What about the thing?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten the thing. Your night was uneventful.
Okay.
So, you continue on your journey. And the next day, pretty boring again. No there's no signs of there's no signs of like broken boats or any other creatures attacking or sounds or whatnot to disturb you, and you actually have a nice peaceful journey up the river, and you come to what you are informed is the final village before you will arrive at your next destination.
Oof.
There is a You're allowed to stay at one of the man's friends' houses that lives here, and you have another nice rest, this time indoors,
Mm.
and you head out first thing the following morning.
So we're now on the 16th.
Yes, should be about right. You
Fun
spend
Faye.
you spend the first, well, the majority of the day. You get past like what you would deem midday and stuff, and you can see as you look out on the horizon, you can see the peaks of the mountains slowly growing and getting closer as you slowly make your way upstream. By mm, about mid-afternoon, you're close enough that you can actually see the start of the town. You see open fields that have all recently been that seem to be like all cut down and harvested already. There's not much left around. It's all pretty much just dirt,
Ah,
sprawling. There's a couple of rocky outcrops as you look ahead of you as the terrain starts to slope up, and on the horizon you see the city that you are heading for. You see the houses and buildings. There's no walls around. They simply are built on the foot of the mountain, and it slowly grows up the side as far as it can, with each layer of the city being tiered so that the houses behind all overlook those lower down the mountain. And you continue up the river. However, instead of turning towards the city, the man keeps heading up the river rather than up one of the tributaries. Tributaries.
You're right. You're right.
That,
You were right the first
that
time.
heads up.
Gary's.
That heads directly towards the base of the mountain where you see the city, and continues to follow the main river.
Water.
Sir, Zoho asks the man driving the boat, aren't we heading into the Dwarven City?
Oh yes, that we are. Don't worry, it won't be long now.
I pat Zoho on the shoulder. You forget, dwarves live underground as well as above ground.
So we're heading for an entryway to take us below ground?
You'll see, my friend, you'll see.
Yeah, I'll go into the works entrance.
Shoot.
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
That was me misclicking on my screen and switching over to my Picross website.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Right, so
Continuing.
It was an
Right, continue.
accident.
as you continue up the river, you see the town off to the right bank slowly disappears as the river starts going into effectively a canyon as the mountainsides get steeper, where the river itself has eroded away for many years, and until on either side of you you see sheer cliff faces, and as you look up, you can see what appears to be some kind of fortifications on what seems to be carved out ledges. Even though the city lacks built walls, you get the feeling that is very well defended if ever needs be. And off in the distance, you can hear a large amount of rushing water. that's just continuously flowing down. But before you get to the source, there seems to be an opening in the cliff, in the side of the canyon, and he starts maneuvering the boat into it.
Hey Kai, just a quick question: how dark has it been?
What do you mean? How dark has it been?
Like
What?
how much sun has been out and about in the entire trip?
Like, what time
I
is
don't
it
know
when you
that.
get there?
It's been fairly cloudy in that because of the time of year. It's not too bad at the moment.
So,
But it's kind of been on and
let's
off. You haven't had like one of those beautiful sunshine days where it's very warm or anything. It's just it's the great British weather forecast right now.
ah. So,
And it's about to get really dark as he maneuvers the boat into this tunnel that seems to lead off from the canyon. As you head through it, the rushing water sound fades away, and it becomes very, very dark as the light from outside is unable to reach through the canyon and down the tunnel. And you notice that there seems to be the odd torch mounted to the wall higher up above the water, just to indicate to the boats where the walls actually are. And then as you come to the end of the tunnel, you notice the water here is like very still, and it seems to be brighter, but not by much. And the area opens out into a large cavern. And as you look around, you see seems to be an actual small lake with a docks inside this huge cave. Ahead of you, you see what appears to be a city underground. And above you, as you look up and glance around because for most of you, this is the first time you've ever been here. You notice that you are entirely underground, under the mountain itself. And you see specks of light flickering in the ceiling, kind of like a night sky. And ahead of the port, you see full-size buildings, mainly made of stone and brick. And they seem to run further into this cavern.
I swear, if there are
And
mushrooms
up,
in this cavern, the ones that he ate, that he should be aware of.
you see buildings like in this cavern. They seem to be like there seems to be places where they go up the walls. And you get the feeling that this city is a lot bigger than you can see right now. Everything down here is dim light. Unless you can find yourself a nearby torch. And you can see like different like torches and things poking like off in the distance on the sides of buildings, marking out narrow passageways and streets. And the man slowly maneuvers the boat over the still waters and finds himself a docking point. Welcome to Berida.
Hmm.
The majority of the city is underground.
Neat.
Although from the outside, the city on the outer parts of the city look like a huge city all of their own.
Hmm.
Uh,
Sus.
So,
really?
your boat driver welcomes you to Barada, and he says, "Do you know where you'll be staying?"
Looks at Thorin.
No,
Also looks at
but
Thorin.
Also looks at Thorin, but with a smug face.
I stare back at Otto and then raise an eyebrow. I'll be staying at the lodgings of Clan Ironsbane, as will my party. If that is all, perhaps we should depart now.
Oh, you have lodgings here? Well,
Uh,
I was going to recommend the workhouses if you didn't have anywhere prepared, but
uh, we shall see. We shall see. I do have family here, so I would appeal to them before going to the workhouses.
Right. So with a fond farewell, you depart from the boat, and trusting Thorin in the hopes that he knows where he's going. He is your current leader.
Oh
Dear.
no. This
I'm
is
going
gonna
to
be
take this
bad.
opportunity to remind Thorin he hasn't been here for a while.
Uh-huh.
Quite a while indeed.
That section of the city looks new. So does
Wow,
that one.
now
Oh shit. Wait, this building wasn't here before.
I'd like to point out the docks and all that and that part of the city would be the same. It would be further into the city that would be new and unknown. I
Well,
would still recognize at least the layout of the beginning of the city.
right. Let's have a history check and find out.
Oh,
Welcome to hell. You're the navigator.
No, welcome to Barada.
this would be under skills.
Yes.
I don't know if this would be normal or an advantage because I don't remember if I have
No,
advantage.
it's just a normal general.
This-
Because you haven't been here for a while.
Hey, I didn't fluff.
Okay,
This is why I roll from the sheet.
right.
It doesn't matter.
You don't know the ins and outs of the city as you are like you're not actually from this specific city, but you've been here a couple of times in the past as a younger dwarf. Who hasn't as a dwarf? This is dwarf central for most. But you do remember the general like layouts and where you've been in the past to some degree. You know where you are situated at the docks is near the well the workhouses and whatnot, which lead off to the forges, and then in turn they lead off to different mining outcrops that lead further into the cave. You know, you remember the place is pretty well signposted when you for like general areas, so you should be okay. You have like the outer town, which is that which you saw on the side of the mountain, and you know that just inside the mountain, connecting to the outer town, is where most of the general visiting populace will spend a lot of their time, as deeper tends to be more of the dwarves' actual homes and whatnot. And you also know that there is a older part of the city that is not used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You think you recall an auntie living here, and you have a general idea of that she, if you're remembering correctly, she lived just outside the general populous area. As you believe, she kind of worked not in the mines and such, but more like around town in the sense of on the market and that for travelers. Are you going to attempt to find her house?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Do you want me to roll anything?
Right.
Can I make a quick perception or investigation?
For
What the fuck every sign is written in?
Dwarven.
when you come across the signs,
Can I
Yes.
read
the some are in
Actually,
Dwarven, some are general common.
I
Oh,
Depends
can't,
on where.
I can't read Dwarven.
It seems to be the ones that point further into the cave, to areas further in the cave, seem to be more likely to be in Dwarven, and those pointing towards the outer limits, like back to the docks and stuff, are in common. So,
Hmm.
What a peculiar usage of languages. My
Well,
guess
you-
is it.
I mean, it is a commerce town. It should have different languages so that newcomers are still welcome.
Yes, and don't get lost. Especially those who cannot read Dwarven.
Like me.
And me, unfortunately.
Yes.
Out of campaign, Rill just somehow on the ceiling. How did you get up?
Right. Oh, get down there. Get down from there.
She just pulls a grudge. She's like crawling on the ceiling. She twists her head, her neck.
I'm just
like...
I'm just gonna point out that the ceiling at this point is probably about half a mile in the air.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's why I said out of campaign. Rill
You're-
just somehow on the ceiling.
You're in a large tavern. You're in a large
Cavern.
cavern that's big enough to
Cavern.
hold its own little city in it.
I mean, there's enough beer in this cavern. It could be a tavern.
And
No.
I'm not wrong.
But following Foreign as your like pointsman, as he's been here before, he doesn't have too much trouble navigating you to what is more of a main road. But as you're walking around, for those who haven't been here, it's rather claustrophobic. Once you get between the buildings and stuff, with it being so like dim down here and everything being relying on like different torch lights and things, it's a
Zoho in particular looks to start forming a his face is starting to form a grimace. There's no open air.
Damn it! I'm
There's
immediately
a ceiling
thinking
above
your
our heads.
I'm immediately thinking your face turned into Grimace from McDonald's.
Get your head out of the food.
He's starting to grimace because there's a ceiling above their heads.
There's ceilings and buildings.
there's a mountain above your head.
Yes, and the fact that there is a mountain above our heads, Cayenne, is.
Hang on,
know.
aren't you used to a stone monastery?
Yes, but that stone monastery in particular is on top of a mountain with no ceiling of rocks above our heads.
But this is the whatever. I feel comfortable here. It's still natural to me.
Forgive me. I'm just more used to seeing the sky above me.
Butterflies in the sky.
I look at Zoho. You'll get used to it eventually. But I do admit, I do like to see the sky every now and then.
Something tells me he might suffer from claustrophobia.
I do not.
If he did, he
My-
would be like the bird.
Minor claustrophobia. There is different levels.
Bird's the word.
There are different levels of claustrophobia.
Relax, my friend. Everything will be all right. Though this is a city of the dwarfs, there are many others who travel here. Some like our friend here, Otto, and some who are just like you.
Somewhere like Otto, and then there
You
are
mean
normal
Kalistar?
people who come by here. Hey, what does that mean?
Are you saying that in
Kalistar?
character?
No.
I wouldn't know about Kalistar, but there are lots of people who come through Barad-dûr, whether for materials or maybe even for this library we're looking for. Or for other reasons, of course.
Fair enough. So,
Shit.
where are we heading? You said
Well,
lodgings of Clan Ironsbane, yes?
yes. I had an aunt who lived in the city, and I'm hoping I can find her house again.
Well, let's
Hmm.
make sure that hat is still a have.
Oh, come now, Cayenne.
Look,
Everything
man.
will be fine.
Look, man. She could have literally moved outside of the mountain.
She would still be within the city.
Is there
And if
even an
we
Is there even an exit out of the mountain that is in by boat?
Yes.
Yes, there are tunnels that lead out into the city, some big, some small.
It would be weird if the dwarves had only waterways. Let's just say that.
The main
Maybe
gate
lava
in-
ways?
Oh. They
Lava.
like to build.
certainly-
They like to build imposing things. Of course, they'd build an imposing main entrance that is on foot, where they can keep their feet on level ground.
Okay. So this
Eh.
is Foreign's place.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
No
saying,
need to make assumptions of stereotyping.
I'm not saying out of care. I'm not. I'm saying this out of character, not in character.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Stop interrupting Foreign.
Eh.
So what, I'm allowed to make this up on the fly, I guess?
To a degree, yeah.
Okay. There are three main gates, my dear Zoho. One which we came through on boat, and two which lead into from the mountain into the city. And then an even greater gate outside the city leading out into the wilderness, you could say. I suppose there's not much in the way of trees or anything left there now. Mostly fields. And as for a lava way, and give Otto a look. No, they do not exist. Though we have massive foundries.
Hang on. What are you giving me the look for?
Mentioning the lava ways.
I
as a
didn't
joke.
mention that.
was Zoho.
That was
Oh,
Zoho.
no.
I thought you said Zoho.
No, he
No.
said me.
Yeah.
I thought it was Otto who said that. But
No,
okay.
it was Zoho.
It's an honest mistake.
Okay, sorry. And I give Zoho the look and it's like, there is no such thing as lava ways. However,
Oh,
there are massive foundries and forges in the city. And you would perhaps think there were lava ways with the metal that is moved through them.
I mean, you would need. I mean, working so close to, I would assume, the center of the Earth, you would need a way to direct flow of magma, perhaps.
Ah, we don't dig that far, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
In fact, it would be counterintuitive to do so, as there is no real way to prevent it from spilling into any of the shafts or tunnels. It would cause a great deal of harm and a lot of setbacks to recover from.
Oh.
Especially if an area of the tunnel just suddenly explodes, making it worse.
Explosions are few and far between. Despite what everyone may think, we do try to be safe. And we do like to do things by hand, not with the use of explosives.
Wait.
Especially when you're
If you guys are working metal and burning things, how does the smoke escape?
I point up to the top of the cavern. You can't see it from here because of the light, but there are natural chimneys and chimneys that we have built to funnel out the smoke, and the gateways themselves act as ventilation to push any bad air or smoke out of this cavern.
Oh.
We also possess pumps and other means of pumping fresh air into the tunnels with fans and other natural
I want to go
chimneys.
so far as fans. You don't have electricity, but
Okay,
I get where you're going.
sorry, not fan. There are pumps
Fans.
that are run by the water from the river you see.
I mean, technically, yeah, I was about to say, you could probably do fans with water power.
Okay, move on. Let me
Yeah.
finish. Let me try and build a world here.
Yes.
Or a
Do some
city.
lore building, world
Yes.
building. Yeah.
Building,
Uh,
building.
and there are pumps that also pump the bad air out and the gas. And as for the foundries, they are not deep in the mines, but on the higher levels, closer to the surface, so there's less chance of the smoke or anything else going wrong into the mine and spilling over. It's complicated, and as much as I would love to explain it all, it would be easier to show you if I could get permission. However, that is a trip for another time. First, we must find lodgings, and then perhaps inquire about the library as soon as possible.
Right.
Also, as with and I forget the name of the city already, and that's really bad.
Merida.
No.
Barrader.
Where do we come from?
Where the
Carnell.
guild is?
Yes.
Carnell.
That's
Carnell.
Carnell.
As with Carnell, we must register our place of lodging as well with the city guard.
Caramel.
No.
That's how I remember.
That would
Oh.
only be required if you plan on staying for an extended period. As in, actually
Oh, I mean, there's no way
de-
of actually
deciding to
knowing how long
live
this is
here.
gonna take.
But you don't have to worry about that right now. That's what I'm getting at.
Barad-dûr. Barad-dûr.
Yes.
Right. So,
Hmm?
with Thorin's old knowledge, you
Okay.
head continue. You head between the narrow streets of these buildings. You come across a couple of signposts which point out like the general direction towards the main entryway to the inner city, and you make your way over, and you come across you end up at the edge of the the cavern itself, and follow this large, well dug out tunnel which is quite decorative, and it leads into another large cavern which is the inner city, because I haven't come up with names of all of these yet.
Working on
And you start trying to find the building that you had visited in your childhood. Could you roll a... Can you roll one history and one investigation?
Shit.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Oh, not one.
Oh, it's not looking good.
Wah.
Hope your investigation's good.
Oh.
Oh, it is a good one. Right.
Oh, that's
So,
Da-da-da-da.
there is a brief pause where you have to sort of like, where you're tapping your noggin. It's sort of like, I know it's around here somewhere. You kind of like follow a street looking for a familiar spot from your that matches in your memory. The group kind of like, is he sure where he's going? But by the before they get a chance to actually question it, you're like, oh yeah, it was over here, I think. And you lead them down another narrow street, and you come to what you believe is your aunt's house.
I feel like I should be slightly concerned, but
I really wish I could just have you use sending through me. That would be nice.
nah, I kind of like having fun.
Yeah, but then we would at least have someone to meet us.
Well, there's no guarantee that she's there. I proceed to knock on the door.
You knock on the door. There's a brief moment, and then you hear, "Would you like to lock again?"
Are you saying roll again or
Oh, I'm saying knock again.
yes?
Okay, so you knock the first time and give it a moment. Doesn't seem to be a response. So you knock a second time a bit harder, and you hear a voice coming from inside. To the old father, I swear if you've forgotten your key again down that mine, I'm gonna have your
Rogue
head.
just glances at Thorin.
And you
Sounds
and you
familiar.
hear you hear
Yes, it
the
does. I'll just go with that.
and you hear a bit of a you hear some motion inside,
Stomp, stomp,
and
stomp, stomp,
then
stomp.
the door opens. A strange dwarven woman that you do not recognize stands before you.
Okay. This
Who are
is
you, and what do you want?
hello, ma'am. I remember my aunts used to live here. If you'll pardon my intrusion, I'm Thorin Ironsbane. What happened to the lady who lived here before?
She kind of thinks for she stands there and wonder like you see her thinking to herself. It's like Ironsbane. I think that was the one who had the house before us. They've been gone for years. Not seen one of them for a long time. And my voice is going into that stereotype again. Fuck.
Yes, it is.
So if you ain't got any real business, and seeing as I don't know you, I need to get back to my child.
Wait, what? Could you tell me where she went, or do you know if anybody would know?
Me? No, I just know that was the name of the previous owner. I moved in after they had moved out.
Would you by
May-
chance know anybody who would know where what per se had happened?
I wouldn't know myself. You'd have to go check the histories or something.
I was about to say,
Is that the library?
I put my hand on his shoulder. Maybe the city records have something.
Dear.
So you're trying to ask me to remember something from around 9 years ago.
9 years.
Well, I'm a little taken aback here. What could possibly have happened?
In the meantime, let's split up. You check the records, and we'll secure us lodgings for at least tonight while we figure out where she might have gone.
I raise
I'll
an
go with you, Thorin.
eyebrow and look at Thorin, or not Thorin, Otto.
You look at yourself.
I am beside myself, literally.
You just slowly see a mirror behind the woman. You just push her head to the side and look at yourself.
I look at Otto. You don't even know the layout of the city, and you expect not to get lost.
I can ask questions. It's not
Okay, which-
hard.
Well, we can either all go together, or I just start asking directions.
Two groups. It's not hard.
I shake
As
my
you
head.
start you
No,
start discussing
we'll
to
find
yourselves that you hit as you start discussing to yourselves about what your next plan of action is, you just hear the clack of the door shutting.
Yeah. Sorry. She don't give a crap.
Otto, while I would appreciate us finding temporary lodgings for the night, Thorin has a point. We haven't been to Barad here before.
Yes, but didn't the ferryman tell us exactly where to go?
I think it
Well,
mentioned
yes,
where,
he
not
did. It would be better if we stuck together to find the lodgings, and then perhaps looked up for the information tomorrow.
It's better to move in numbers.
only
Especially in a
that.
city we don't know.
Exactly. And while the dwarves here don't mind guests, it does not mean that there are some among the city who do not care for those who are not dwarves either.
have we
Wandering around where you shouldn't be and asking the wrong questions is as good getting you in trouble as not.
I mean, there's also the option of, I don't know, asking the neighbors if they haven't moved.
Hmm.
Looks at building left and building right, and building across the street.
The building across the street is just a flat black wall.
It wouldn't
I
hurt
thought
to
that was a
ask.
door.
No.
No, it's the back of the building. This house is looking at the back of the building across the street.
Ah, God, it's one of these built neighborhoods. Ugh.
Let us
In any
let us
case,
ask, and then if we do not get an answer, we'll find lodgings for the night, and go and look at the records tomorrow.
sounds like a plan.
I proceed to the house on the left and knock on the door.
Right, roll a d100.
Oh,
Six.
Grab bag of random.
Crap.
48.
There is nobody in this house. It
Ugh.
appears to be empty.
Squatters'
to-
rights.
We go to the building to the right. This ain't California.
What's California?
Okay, that was out of character on his part.
Smartass.
Please.
And yet I went with it.
I proceed to knock on the door of the house on the right this time because I went to the left.
Roll a
the first time.
d100.
Again.
Oops. Whoop. That was dumb. I accidentally closed the tab.
I swear, if he rolls another 48, I'm going to laugh.
86.
Meanwhile, Kyan just sees if there's a guard around.
Okay, there's somebody at this house.
Okay.
An elderly dwarf opens the door.
Oh, please don't
has
have
a-
memory loss.
He has a walking stick
Oh dear.
with a finely carved head.
Oh. I bow and then I apologize for the intrusion at such a late hour, and I introduce myself. Hello, good sir. I am Thorns Ironsbane. You wouldn't happen to know what had happened to the previous owner of the house to the left, would you?
He tilts his head to the side and lifts up a horn to his ear. Say again.
I repeat my question.
Ironsbane slams the door shut.
Something happened.
Something tells me your
Um,
family's not exactly welcome here.
How odd.
That is bizarre. We used to be welcome here like any other dwarven clan.
I'm gonna go off on a limb, and we try not to bring up your last name as often.
Agreed.
Could just be
Hmm.
the grumpy. It could just be the grumpy neighbor.
Yeah, either that, like, depending on how other people react, because we have one neutral and then one negative. If we get more negative, we might not want to bring it up.
Well, then off to the workhouse as we go for now. I'm
Yeah.
afraid I'm afraid I couldn't get us lodgings like I had hoped.
It'll be fine, Thor. Like you
I
said, it'll be fine.
I proceed to lead them back to the workhouses.
You go into the workhouses. Okay.
Oh, can't seem to find anybody that I know, so
I just Otto just walks with a shit-eating "I told you so" grin.
No, it's fine. It's like you don't have to go to the workhouses.
We could just go to could just go to the big old fuck off history library.
uh,
At this
then-
point in time,
no.
Would it be closed?
Yes.
it's not.
Damn.
No, it's not about whether it being closed. It's more a case of the time of day. Is you didn't arrive until like late. Like the city came into view about mid afternoon. You're now like getting late afternoon. This
Okay.
town is big.
Okay, so yeah, never mind then.
Hmm.
So it's like you actually have two options. You can head to the workhouses, or you could just head to the general, like wherever you're kind of in the middle at this point.
Is there an inn?
So if you go based on if you go like if you check out the signs and like stuff like on the that you can find and stuff, it's all like there's the general inner city where people come and shop and stuff from outside and that, and then you've got the sign which basically points to like mines, forges, and stuff, which you would assume is the workhouses. So it's kind of like, would you like to take the left road or the right road?
Uh, could we do a high-low good for this one? Odd question, but I don't feel like picking a direction here.
Or roll a d2?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay, so 1 is workhouses, 2 is general.
Well, there's only a D4 on
Yeah,
here.
I was about to
so-
say mouse. A D2 is a coin.
Oh.
Then
Yeah,
flip a coin.
you can literally type /roll space D2.
Well, 1 and 2
Like
or
this.
3 and 4.
Yes.
Those two.
Okay. I forgot what 2 was.
General.
Workhouses was 1, 2, general was 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going with Zoho's roll?
Sure.
Or actually, technically they both are if we just split it high and low. So you decide to head to the like more commoners area to find a stay for the night, and you follow the streets further in. You end up going through yet another tunnel that connects to another large cavern. The city itself is kind of like not separated into districts in the sense of like this is the such and such a district that you normally get, but it's separated by different caverns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of something to do with the keeping the mountain above your head.
Yeah, I get that.
And you head over to the we'll call it the common district for now. And you come
Would
out
it be
on
common?
there's a much more greater variety of people here,
Neat.
and you head over and you come out at the farthest reaches of the area on the complete opposite side to where the like main gate to the outer city would be. And you weave your way through keeping track of the signs and stuff until you find basically your closest tavern, as to avoid having to walk for miles and miles.
Hmm. This fine establishment will do, I guess.
Hmm.
I enter. What do I see?
Well, this tavern is called the Drunken Mule.
Oh no. Okay.
And you head inside. It is literally just a tavern. There is no lodgings for sleeping here.
Well, a tavern is a good place to gather news and find a good place to stay. I step up to the keeper behind the bar and inquire about a good place to stay for the night.
So you head into the Drunken Mule. There's a fair few people in here. Like, nice mix of races. Not all dwarves. Barkeep's definitely a dwarf, though. And you ask, it's like you head over to inquire. He asks what you would like to drink first.
Hmm. What do you have?
We have dwarven ale of varying degrees of aging.
Is
We have this here, which some folk call whiskey.
Ah.
Oh, I think I've had some of that. I like that.
And that's about it.
I'll have some whiskey.
You basically have bad dwarf ale, good dwarf ale, and whiskey.
I'm gonna go with good dwarf ale because the hell I want the bad stuff.
You don't want to get
Whiskey.
crunked on shitty beer.
No.
Right, good dwarf ale is 4 silver.
Huh.
I'll have the whiskey.
Whiskey is a gold.
What? Why is it more expensive?
It's imported.
You'll
from
find out.
Okay.
Also
Get
have
it.
Let's
whiskey.
go for it. I'm gonna take a pint.
Oh.
Of whiskey.
That's not how this works.
That is like how rich do you think you are?
The only one that can.
And have you ever had
that-
whiskey?
The only ones that can afford that was raised by elves.
I'm
Anything else?
kidding. Okay.
I know.
Jeez. Yes, I'll have a glass. Yes.
Okay, so we're having deduct the appropriate amount for which you want. If you want bad dwarf ale, it's 2
Okay.
silver.
Deducted.
How many silver pieces from a gold piece?
10.
10.
It's 10 to 1, copper to silver, then 10 to 1, silver to gold, and then 10 gold is a plat.
That was weird. My screen blanked out for a second on Streamlabs.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
worry. That happened on a different thing as
Okay.
well.
So I had to break down a gold piece because I only had 3 silver pieces. And now I have 9 silver pieces.
Mm.
Oh well. Math is fun. So I
Zoho
take my
puts
good.
down a gold piece. A glass of whiskey.
I raise an eyebrow. Are you sure about this?
He looks at Thorin. How bad could it be?
Nah.
I hide a big grin behind my pitcher, my pint of ale, and try not to laugh.
Hey, we're in the boonies. We don't have a sleeping quarters. We might as well get sloshed and have fun.
I look around. Does anyone?
Welcome to
look
the
at what this-
Drunken Mule. Drinks first, questions later.
So, do 3 of us have to make a Constitution saving throw?
Well, I'm going to assume you're going to ask questions before you get that right asked.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I inquire about any good places to lodge in this area of the city.
In this area of the city, there's a lot of good places to lodge. Depends on how much coin you have in those deep pouches of yours.
I laugh. Not as much as we could wish.
If you're damn dirt cheap and nasty, you'd have to head all the way over to the workhouses.
And if we're not,
If you're not, feel free to base it on how deep your pockets are. Anywhere in this part of town.
any recommendations?
Well, depends what you like.
Uh,
There's the Forbidden Cavern.
uh-oh.
If you're into certain exotic entries for entertainment. You have the Ye Old Tavern. That's kind of that's kind of the lowest you can get here. Good entertainment, good surroundings. Um. Why am I advertising the competition?
I
You
give him
also
2
offer
gold.
Another good 2 whiskers. Puts down 2 whiskers in front of you.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Who wants whiskey? Only 2 of you.
You just hear random people in the crowd just like go, "Yeah, I'll take whiskey."
These 2 the roll of die get it.
Zoho glances over at Cayenne. You did ask.
Yeah,
I nudge Cayenne in the ribs. See if you can get some info.
I know. That's what I'm doing now.
Right.
Are any of them starting to roll the dice? If there is dice.
There is no dice. Literally, you just go to the closest guy. Like,
Damn it. Okay. Hmm. 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 Who looks like they'll give me the most information? And
information. Make a perception check. Oh no, make an insight.
get the fuck.
Inside.
Okay, at least I'm proficient. Yeah.
You see a middle-aged human sitting off to the one side, going, "He'll take the whiskey." He doesn't look too drunk, but he might be on the edge, so he might be a bit more keen to let slip information that he does have.
Neat. I bring over one, and I just find a table of dwarves. Just put it in the middle. Oh, whoever gets it first, go.
You place the sort of thing down, and you just see out a group of 5 different individuals all just go for the whiskey as fast as they can. They end up knocking it over, and they end up arguing with one another for wasting good booze.
I just slide away and get to the humo, the human. Stop.
Hi. You said you're giving away whiskey?
Yeah. I hand it to him. Just offhand. Do you know of any good place is to stay in this area?
Well, depends on if you're going to pass out drunk. This place is as good as any.
Well, probably not pass out drunk.
There is the Sleepy Hollow. That's one of my favorites. They have good performances, and then they also have good beds.
Hmm. Okay.
I think you'll find it. It's actually tucked away at the back of town. Well, not this part of town. Not too close to the general populace, so it doesn't tend to get too crowded either.
Uh-huh.
And he
Thanks for
takes
the info.
a swig of the whiskey. Thanks for the whiskey.
I go back to my whiskey at the
Out of
bar.
character, I see him trying. I can see the guy trying downing the whiskey and then just keeling over backwards.
No, if you're looking at the guy, you see him checking out Cayenne's ass.
My Andrade in this ass. Got it.
Like I said, he's a little bit gone. He's not completely gone.
Hmm.
Might be after the whiskey though.
Zoho downs his whiskey.
Okay, you're down your whiskey. Anyone else asking questions or anything? Or are you just gonna have your drink and then decide on a place to actually stay?
Let's actually try and find a place to stay.
Yeah. I don't really have any questions other than like how like other than like how far back the history books in the thing go
Otto just
in the
shrugs and
library.
smiles. Hey, you're the local.
Huh. That's funny.
Okay, so which one would you like to go to?
I'm almost tempted for giggles for the exotic one, but I think Ye Old Tavern would be the safe bet.
Yeah, d-
Hey, if you guys want to go for the exotic one, then we'll do that.
I've
We'll
forgotten
see
the
what
name of the
happens.
exotic one already. That's terrible.
You completely forgot about it.
You've got the Ye Old Tavern, which is your generic tavern by the sounds of it. You've got the Sleepy Hollow, which is apparently a nice little one tucked at the back of this area of town, and I completely forgot what the exotic one, but it's definitely
The
down a
Forbidden
shady alleyway
Cavern.
somewhere.
Uh,
You called it the Forbidden Cavern.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
yep.
What about the Cavern of No Return?
That's a
No.
different town.
I look at them. Would you prefer the one that's tucked in the back of this section of town, or would you prefer Ye Olde Tavern?
I'm curious about this Sleepy Hollow.
I raise an eyebrow as I look at Cayenne and Otto.
I mean, it's a place. It's an option.
I'll speak
It's
now or forever hold your peace.
Otto?
But I've already told you what I think we should go, and that is just the thing that the boat person offered in the first place.
The workhouses.
Workhouse.
The
Yes.
easiest thing. Like, seriously, you guys keep taking the path of most resistance.
Right now, the workhouses are probably the most resistance. They're the other side of the mountain.
Whatever. Still. It was the first
We'd be
option we were
walking-
given, and nobody took it.
let's just go with the old
Just
tavern or the
because it is the
workhouses.
first not
Ye
to worry,
Olde
Otto.
Tavern?
Just because it's the first option we're given doesn't mean there aren't any other options.
No, but if the regular who comes by here to drop things off tells you to go somewhere, it's probably for a good reason.
Or it's because he didn't think there was any other options.
Or if
else you
everywhere
see
else.
that he never chooses to break.
He has more experience than we do, so...
Or he has. Or the other place is already filled up, and if we got here like an hour or two earlier, we probably would have had a room.
I look at Otto. It's too late to go to the workhouses. They would be close. It would be too late at night by the time we made it back.
Well,
to that
yes,
section of
it's
the
late
city.
now. That's what I'm trying to say, though. You already know
Uh,
what my decision was. I don't really care what else you choose now.
Well, it's
Very
too
well.
late to go there now, so we will have to find
Right.
something within the area.
So Otto was for the workhouse. Zoho was the Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Cayenne.
The Sleepy Hollow or the old tavern.
So you're not bothered by which one of the two. Farin,
Great.
do you have a preference?
I guess Sleepy Hollow it is.
Okay, I think Real's option would be Sleepy Hollow as well because she likes sleep. Good word.
Quick question. Would that, would that myth exist in this, thingy?
No, I just pulled that
Like the
name because it
Legend
was
of
one
Sleepy
that
Hollow?
Dang it!
I just pulled it as a name. It's not linked.
Okay.
It's just a good name. You're in a cavernous place. There's hollows around, and this place is to sleep.
Mm.
Give me some credit for my randomization here
Mhm.
for names.
I don't see any ravens. What the fuck you on about?
So, you decide to
Yeah,
head over
for all
to the Sleepy Hollow towards the back. You ask for actual like location from either the tavern keep or your friendly neighborhood human. He'll give you a bit more sense of direction, so you're not completely lost. And you start making your way around the outskirts of this inner city section, and you find yourself coming across tucked into this what seems to be a nice covey. It seems to be more cozy than the claustrophobic rest of it. It might be something to do with the wooden facade that seems to be on the buildings around here to make them look more cottagey than stonework. And you find and on the outside you find one with a old-fashioned swinging sign above the door.
Hang on, we drunk whiskey before we left.
I know.
Okay.
Give it time to settle in.
Ha
Don't rush me.
Patience.
and you
I
head
have a
into.
feeling I'm gonna be dealing with a drunk Otto soon.
I'm bigger than the rest of the dudes, and I'm not the only one who drunk whiskey.
You notice there's like 2 doors with the swinging side, and on the side of each door, one says effectively Sleepy Hollow Inn, and then the other one is Sleepy Hollow Tavern. The 2 buildings
Well,
themselves seem to be separated, but it's all seems to be the same thing.
Sleepy Hollow Inn is what we're looking for, so I proceed to go into that door.
You are greeted by a young dwarf lady.
Uh,
She does not have a beard.
I'm not really
Why would she
surprised
have a beard?
because dwarven women
Because
have
some
No, they
beards.
don't.
some people made this weird exaggerationary rumor that there are no dwarf women because they apparently all have beards.
Ah, yes. That is a Lord of the Rings joke. It's so old now.
Rolls eyes.
She seems to be she's like sitting behind a counter, and as she sees people come in, she kind of like stands up and ruffles her what is kind of a uniform
Oh boy.
and
This is
welcomes you. Hello there.
Yep.
We're looking for lodgings for the night.
Well, you come to the best place if you're looking for a good night's sleep.
Hmm.
Would you
Well,
like
we are.
separate? Are you planning to? She looks at the group. It's like, are you planning on sharing separate rooms, separate beds?
Hmm. I think we'll be dividing into 2 groups. So 2 rooms with 3 beds in one room and 2 in the other.
A free, so 2 rooms but separate beds.
Yes.
Okie dokie then. Well, she kind of like takes a head count of how many there are of you, and it's all like, so it'll be free gold, not free gold, free silver each.
Hmm.
And if you
Free-
wish for any meals or drinks, you can visit the tavern, just the other door next to the one you just came in.
Very well.
Thank you. Could you
Free
perhaps
silver.
show us to our rooms first before we uh go and see about a meal?
Oh yes,
Or-
pardon me. She kind of like she walks around from the behind the desk and it's like, just follow me. And there's not really anything here other than it's like a little room with the desk in it, and then there seems to be a door off to the side, and then some stairs. She leads you up to the staircase, and there seems to be it's a long corridor that seems to be dug into the side of the cavern. The rooms themselves are actually in the walls.
Okay.
It's so nice to be back in the stonework.
And you can see at the end, each end of the hall, there seems to be another staircase that looks like it goes up to another layer dug further up. So you kind of get the idea that it's just a tiered thing with quite a fair few rooms. There's like 10 or so rooms per floor.
Hmm.
And she takes you up 2 flights of stairs, and she points you to the one door, and it's like, this is the 3 bedroom, and then you could just happily use the room next door to this. It's another 3 bedroom, but we won't charge you extra.
Neat.
I bow. Thank you for the service.
You're welcome. And she kind of like starts trotting off down the stairs back to her desk.
I look at Otto and Cayenne. Or not Cayenne, Zoho. I'm assuming we will be sharing the one room and Cayenne and Brill will be sharing the other.
Hmm.
It would
Yes.
Yeah.
seem to be the wisest choice.
Whatever works for you.
Well, then I say this is our room then. I guess we'll meet out front and go into the tavern next door once we're all unpacked.
Okay.
I enter
So
the one room.
the rooms are carved out of stone. The walls are stone, but they seem to be they're quite simplistic. There just seem to be like 3 beds, one against each wall. There's a table in the one corner between the 2 beds, and then on in the corner between the one bed and the other bed opposite, there's a appears to be like a set of drawers slash wardrobe kind of thing, and next to the door there is basically a coat rack and a couple of shelves fixed to the wall. There's a
Yep.
nice there's a nice there's a nice like it's like an old timey shaggy rug over the floor so that the stonework doesn't make your feet cold when you get out of bed.
Hmm.
The room is lit by what appears to be a single glowing gem stuck in the ceiling, and there's a couple of there's a set of curtains hung up on the one wall, but if you draw them apart, there's just a stone wall there. They're purely for decoration.
Hmm. I choose a bed and get myself settled.
This bed feels really comfy when you sit down just to sort yourself out, get out your actual armor and whatnot, so you're not wearing it.
Oh, been so long since I've been on a bed like this. Though I don't want to sleep just yet, as I want to have food.
Yeah, it's not just a solid wooden plank. There's some kind of mattress, not like our real life ones, which are way more comfy, but it seems to if you press down on it, it feels like a mixture of hay and possibly feathers.
Ooh, a down mattress.
The covers, woolen covers, keep you nice and toasty.
I just like K out for the night. KO for the night, sorry.
I
So you're not
poke I poke Otto and was like, "Do you not want food first?"
I turn over.
Wow.
Which way were you facing when he poked you? Towards him or away from him? Because that makes a difference to which way you turn over. Otto, are you turning over to
Oh,
face away from
I'm
him?
turning
Or
over to
towards him to answer?
face away, sorry.
Okay, so you were like, fuck this shit, I'm going to bed.
Well, I mean, it didn't exactly go the way I advised, but whatever. Day's done. I'm done for the day. Besides, I'm an
Okay.
early riser anyway.
Alright. Otto, roll a constitution saving throw, please.
I'm sleeping. Oh, whatever.
Now you're drunk sleeping.
Fine, I'm drunk slaving.
It's not whether you're drunk, it's whether you wake up hungover.
Oh.
Everyone always forgets that part until they get to that part.
Oh, and I've already said I was going to bed, so I can't exactly get up and go get some food. Shit.
Yep.
Hey!
Ah, damn it. You rolled good. Oh well.
You
Big
wanted
guys
to get
finish first.
I upped the DC because he didn't fucking eat as well. Right.
Yes.
So the rest of you are going to head to get something to eat at the tavern before actually heading to sleep.
Yep.
Okay. So you head to the tavern. There's a seems to be a dwarf lady who seems to be serving tables, and a dwarf gentleman at a bar at the end of the room. He says that if you're interested, if you're staying at the inn as well, then you can get breakfast in the following morning here as well. That would be it'll be 1 silver for breakfast. If you like a full meal for tonight, it'll be another 3 silver, and then it's depends on what you drink. They don't have the whiskey, but they do have. You can get water here,
Well, I'm
and
gonna have a meal.
or dwarven ale again.
There goes another 3 silver.
Yeah, but when the meal comes out, it's like a proper. It's like you got nice roast meat, spuds, proper roast dinner, and good portion too. These are dwarf portions.
Hearty meals.
Yes, they make you feel nice and warm inside. So yeah, if you're buying food, 3 silver. That also includes the ale.
Oh, there you go. Well, I bought food, so
So also buys food but gets water.
Yeah, okie dokie then. So everyone like gets food and whatnot if they
Yep.
and if you want extra drinks, it's effectively 1 silver for an ale. Waters are like 2 copper. And you spend the rest of the evening without Otto, kind of like just eating this nice hearty meal, having a general chat about the trip and the fact that the driver would not shut up about how good his kids were. And how he couldn't wait to get back here to see them again because it's been so long.
Oof.
Followed by a whole day of, holy shit, what the fuck happened there? I was very scared I was going to die. And recounting your encounter with the other group. Until you basically find yourselves feeling like you want to settle down for the night. And you head off to your rooms.
Well, sleep it is.
So, you can't help but fall asleep in these beds. They're that comfy. So where do I begin? Yes, Constitution saves for anyone who drank.
Except for
Does
me,
that include-
obviously.
Does that include me?
Did you
Does-
drink ale and whiskey?
Drink.
Yes.
So I
So,
drank whiskey.
This is a dwarven
Uh,
city, yes.
So the
Right,
dwarves
and
are
you
supposed
drank-
to be immune to this stuff.
no, the
No.
dwarf gets advantage on the roll.
So what kind of save was this?
Constitution save with advantage for you.
Woohoo! If I still screw this, I will like die. Oh, I might have screwed it.
Did you have
wasn't
whiskey?
That was an
Was that with
advantage.
advantage?
Nope. Yes, it was.
Yes, it
And
was.
Wah,
It's a good job it was because the other one's
wah.
on that one.
Wah,
It didn't
wah.
have the green dot. That's why I was confused.
No, that's because
Yeah.
it's my macro. I can't get the macro to do the green dot
Ah, I see.
so why did it?
or whatever. So, who drank whiskey?
Cayenne and Zoho.
Yeah.
Ken and Zoho. Oh, that's great.
Oh no.
Farin had ale, yeah.
Yep.
Right. So, with the combination of the warm whiskey keeping and the great meal that you just ate, one of the best meals you've had in a long time, and how comfy this bed is, you both end up falling to sleep quite quickly.
Just how hungover are they in the morning?
Oh no, this is perfect. So,
You realize the
No.
meal will cancel it out somewhat.
No, it's not that. Who would like to go first?
Me!
Uh,
Because I get up earlier.
Nope, Zoho or Cayenne.
Oh, that.
I would like
You
to
want to
make
go first?
I would like to make competing wisdom saves to see who goes first.
Oh, no.
What highest?
You want to
goes first?
randomize it, whoever. So highest roll
Well,
goes
hang on, I want a
first.
constitution check. One moment. Fuck that.
A what?
Constitution check, not a constitution saving throw.
They rolled the completely wrong thing.
Oh.
Roll again.
Right.
So Cayenne's fine.
No. It's Okay, we'll randomize it. Both of you roll a wisdom save. Whoever's lowest is going to be first.
Okay. Please let me. Please let me at 16 or higher. Oh,
Oh.
I said please.
Sniped!
The
Oh.
same modifier too. You rolled a fucking 13. I rolled a 12.
Right.
Okay,
Cayenne,
what? Okay, what is my horse? Is it the
what are you
wizard?
don't know what you're talking about. Cayenne, you're sleeping quite soundly. For a while. You get this weird urge that you need to get up. You don't know why, it's just something feels off. And you kind of like sit yourself up on the bed. And you stand and you twist over and you stand up. You feel the soft rug underneath your feet. And you like wipe your eyes and look forward. And you seem to be standing in front of a fireplace.
What the fuck?
There was no fireplace in the room.
What the fuck is this? I just quickly bolt my head around.
You have a look around and you notice that there is no bed. You look down at your feet. Nothing. There is only the fireplace.
Oh god, Black Floyd with only a fireplace. What in the good god? You fuckwad.
As you start to look at the fireplace,
Oh god, I'm swearing like I was a child.
you can't. You start trying to like look around again, looking for something to grasp hold on other than this image, but you can't seem to turn away. You end up just standing there, motionless, unable to move, staring at the fire. The warmth of it slowly increasing around you. Feels quite cozy at first, but the temperature you can feel is ever so gradually getting warmer and warmer. And the flames seem to start growing, and they seem to start reaching for you.
It's in the good fuck. Nah, thank you.
You try to back away, but you can't move your feet. It's like you have no control over your body right now. And the flames reach towards you, and you can feel them grasping at you. The only
Ow.
thing you can do seems to be able to use your mind. You can't seem to physically move from the spot you're at. Although at the moment, even though the heat is increasing, it doesn't seem to be doing you harm. Would you like to try something?
Do I see a face in the firing maw of the fire?
No, not you. You inspect the fire as you can, and you can't. Trying to search for any kind of like image and or seek out anything that may be going on, but it's just this image, this feeling, and you in your own mind.
I do? Fuck, what do I do? Oh God, what do I do? Well, it's a creature. Tongues wouldn't work. Which I could literally touch any animal. We could all understand it. By the way.
It's a fire.
Yeah, I know. Defy.
Turn down cafe. You're being a little loud.
I know.
You're
Panicking.
panicking.
I know.
It's so great.
Calm emotions.
On yourself?
Yes.
You are able to cast calm emotions on yourself.
Okay.
Does nothing.
You don't. You cast it upon yourself. It takes a few moments to kick in, but you feel your heartbeat slowing down and the panic dispersing slightly, allowing you to more rationally think.
Hi, Fire. Why? What? Why are you grabbing me?
Are you actually asking the fire out loud?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The fire doesn't seem to act any. It doesn't have words to say. You see the flames kind of like flicker. They calm back down. It's as if it's responding, but none of it makes sense. You do not know how to speak fire. Fire does not know how to speak to you. And momentarily after, you feel it start to increase in temperature and the flames start to reach towards you again.
God, not this again.
However, for the next 1 minute, you feel very calm about it.
Am I able to also cast tongues on myself?
Oh boy.
What does tongues do?
Here.
Basically allows you to speak any known language or understand. Grants a teacher creature you touch.
Spellcraft creatures touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears.
Moreover, when the target
You
speaks
can cast your spells.
Yay! What the
You
fuck am
just
I
the
hearing? Is it just fire?
the only thing that seems to be a problem is that you can't seem to move like from the spot you're at.
Well, the only other option I have is dissonant whispers, and then blah.
So you cast tongues on yourself, seeking out words.
Yes, seeking words in case it's Ignan. Out of character.
No, it's a fire. It doesn't seem, there is no noise other than like the crackling of it that you would expect normally, but nothing that would be a language.
Eh.
Desperately seeking for some kind of.
I give it to the ability to make words.
You mean you want to make shapes and stuff?
Well, if I give it a form.
You want to give the fire a form? Oh god. So, you cast Control Flames, trying to allow the fire to take form. It seems to grow at a more rapid pace.
Okay, this was not what I was
takes-
hoping for. I was hoping for human sized.
It grows, and it steps out of the fireplace, and before you there is nothing but darkness in the fire itself. The image of the fireplace itself disappears into the darkness, and the fire itself seems to to actually now physically walk towards you as if it had some kind of humanoid figure.
Why couldn't Zoho go first? Why couldn't Zoho go first?
And then it gives you a mighty big hug.
That's pretty much right. It's approaching him and it starts to embrace you.
Okay. I
Wait,
hug back?
what?
Question mark.
What did the fire take the
Unfortunate-
form of?
Just a generic humanoid. It has no face or anything. It just seems to have the general figure of 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head on top of a body, but there's no face. It's just still flickering.
Detect
Right.
thoughts.
Origin.
Okay, casting detect thoughts.
It's...
Okay, I'm gonna jump to Zoho.
Just detect
We're
detect
just
thoughts
putting
with
this on hold.
detect thoughts with the fire or ghost. I only get everything that's happening to Zoho's head. What in the good golly fuck?
Right, so Zoho,
Mm.
just because it's great to add suspense to things.
Mhm.
When you head to bed, it doesn't take you long to fall asleep either. Very comfy beds these. It's like they draw you into the world of slumber and dreams.
He
Unfortunately
cannot
for
dream.
you,
He
you do
cannot
not dream.
Yeah.
However, as you settle into the known darkness that you are used to,
Hello, darkness.
an uneasy feeling settles upon you.
Mm.
It feels like something is prodding at the back of your mind, trying to reach out from deeper within your subconscious.
Not me. It's not me. I swear. At least I hope it's not me.
Mm.
It pressures you for a while, irritating, but you don't seem to be able to shake yourself awake.
Can I
It's
open
like
my eyes?
you
No?
open your eyes, but you're still looking into the darkness of your dreamless sleep. But the darkness starts to glow. A hue of red and orange seems to start taking over the darkness. A slight flicker to the coloring. You start to hear words. Failure.
What?
Failure.
No. No. No.
Failure.
Not this again. Not this vision again.
Cayenne, you also start hearing the words. Failure. Failure. Looping as if only part of a sentence. Like that annoying part of a song that you remember but can remember nothing else. The sounds grow louder in your mind, Cayenne, as the fire embraces you.
What?
They're trying to connect to you, I think.
Cayenne tried to connect to Zoho?
Well, he doesn't know
Think
he's
so.
connecting to you yet.
Zoho, you cannot sense any connection other than this horrendous image that is coming back to you. The word stuck on loop. You try to shake your mind free of it, but it just keeps looping. Though every now and again you feel like there's a slight change. Again, failure. Failed
What?
again.
What do you mean I failed again? I don't understand.
It is a voice you do not recognize. This echoes over to Cayenne, but trying to reach out, you can't get anything back. It seems to be a one-way message. The flickering of oranges and reds in your mind gets more rapid and brighter and stronger in color. Cayenne, the flames having embraced you, seem to start to merge with you. They seep into your skin, and the heat starts to become unbearable.
Oh no.
You suddenly awake, breathless, grasping for air. You take 27 fire damage,
Oh.
and so does Rill.
Wait, what?
Wait,
They're in the
what?
same room.
Oh
At this point, Faye fucking dies.
No. Faye went mute.
Faye!
Wait. Okay. One I forgot I muted. So whoops. Two, is that just straight 27?
That's just 27 fire damage.
Is it doubled?
No.
Oh, thank Christ.
Kaboom.
Let's see, because that would have definitely been more than half my HP. I would have actually been dead.
That's fine. If I could find you in like 5 minutes, I could like I could unalive you.
Unlike, yeah, you won't.
You
You
would-
won't. You're not dead. You're just dead.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, no, I'd be super dead. Cayenne's just up. Cayenne's now just up in the corner, or
No, hang
between
on.
two walls in the ceiling.
Hang on. Before that, I'd like Foreign and Otto to make perception checks
Yeah, I figured.
while they're asleep.
We could probably smell that crap.
No, that's
Wait,
not
what
it.
about Zoho?
What?
I'll get to you, Zoho.
You think I can't smell burning skin? Come on.
It's the next room over, and it's a stone
You're
room.
asleep,
Yeah. Anyway,
What kind of save was this?
and they're in a separate
Perception.
room.
it's not a safe.
Just a perception.
Huzzah!
14.
Okay.
20.
Aha!
Okay, continuing with the story. Zoho, you also suddenly awaken, grasping for air. Your mind racing, your heart beating fast. As there's a sudden, the darkness suddenly went to brightest light, a blinding light, forcing you to awaken. Foreign, you awake with a start. There was some loud noise.
Kaboom.
You don't know what, but it sounds like a large.
Bang.
It sounds like a loud clanking, as if something very heavy had fell over and toppled, and all of whatever was on it had scattered across the floor.
I roll out of the bed.
It's like
onto my feet in a crouched position.
Otto,
Mm.
you don't notice any of this. You just stay snoring.
Eh.
Cayenne, you find yourself when you awaken stood in the center of the room on top of the rug that you believed you stood up on. The rug isn't really a rug. The rug is not really a rug anymore.
Look what Faye posted in Voiceless.
Uh-oh.
Cayenne, but panicked. Latched onto the ceiling like a cat.
Well, she's only carrying herself in clothing.
You find yourself in the center of the room on top of what used to be a rug. Beneath you, it is charred and gone. The rug is now black and fraying. The sides of the room are scorched black. The coat hanger is gone. The table seems to be knocked over.
So wait,
And
the bed is gone.
charred. The bed seems to be small. Both beds seem all three beds seem to be smoldering. Rill seems to be lying, shook up unexpectedly. No sign of Kaite.
Oh.
What?
The room is blackened and charred. And you seem to be standing at the center of whatever it was.
Now I'm on the ceiling. What?
Zoho runs to Cayenne.
Right, hang on.
What?
Going back to Zoho, you awaken from your slumber. That was a very familiar image in your head.
Damn it.
Across, you wake up, you look across, and you see Farin on the floor.
I am on my feet in a crouch position with a knife out in my hand. Like, what the hell?
Zoho sits up, trying to keep himself together. Lauren, what are you doing?
Something happened in the room next door.
Yeah, you just hear me snoring freaking loudly
The
still.
minute Zoho hears that, he goes, "The girls," and he just
I
leaps out of
immediately
bed.
whack Otto over the head with a pillow. Get up!
What
Get
happened?
up!
Something-
Something is wrong next door.
Zoho leaps out of bed and rushes out of the room towards Cayenne and Rill's room and knocks on the door.
I follow.
Well, I
Frank.
beat-
Otto has just a throbbing in his head as he is awoken by Farin.
What? I thought you said I didn't have a hangover.
Yeah, he rolled a 19 on the saving throw.
Yes, but you just
Yeah,
got
but-
bonked on the head by frigging Farin.
Okay.
Dunk
Yeah.
With a
with the
pillow.
with
With a pillow.
Ah, never mind then.
Zoho knocks frantically on Cayenne and Rill's room door. Cayenne? Rill?
As you knock on the door, you hear it, and the door tilts forward and crashes onto the floor, sending what charred remains of the rug in the center of the room just spray out in the dust-filled cloud.
And Zoho
I
just
gr-
stands there in the frame and just looking in at the charred remains of the room.
I
What
grab
the
Zoho.
hell?
I
You
grab
see-
Zoho and pull him out of the way and cautiously step into the room.
You see Cayenne attached to the ceiling. You look around. Rill seems to be shaken on what was a bed, now blackened, coated in ash.
I get the feeling it's a good
There is
thing
no
we
si-
weren't here.
There is no sign of Kaite.
Oh no.
And Rill resummon Kaite.
Yeah, which means something
Just
happened.
have a security blanket.
No, it's not. Kaite is not dead.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
I look around and then I proceed to look at Cayenne and is like, "You can come down now."
I just stand and just stay there, and I'm like, no, no.
Cayenne, what happened?
Uh,
I proceed to walk over to Rill. I'm going to hold on.
As you walk over, you feel the charred bits of rug and stuff sticking to your feet.
wait,
I don't
Wait.
care right now. I'm more concerned about Rill, so I am going to cast. Yes.
Yes, pro healing from Alto.
I know. I'm amazing at this. Yep.
This is how all healing goes.
I know, right?
Like,
Okay.
doesn't matter who you are. This is just all like all
there we
healing.
go.
so who's that to?
Who got the most damage?
Me.
They
got this-
everyone took the same.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna deal with Rill if you want to deal with Cayenne.
What I want to know is why is it only letting me cast level 2s? It's not letting me cast level 3s.
You need to tick them off after you cast a spell.
No. As in, when I am casting the spell, it's not letting me cast anything higher than level 2.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I misread what the spell does. Apparently, I'm stupid.
You're
Yeah.
fine. So I go normal, spell level, and it just gives me 1 and 2. It's not giving me level 3.
Hang on. Let me.
Rill's thing.
Are you
should be-
doing it on? You're doing it on your actual character sheet, not your animal sheet, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it on my character sheet.
I'm not using aid. I misread
Huh.
what the spell does. Though I can instead do that.
Right, so it casts at level 1 normally.
Yes. Maybe I have to change it in its thing. Hold on.
There we go. Got it.
Okay.
I think it didn't register the reset on the level 3 spells.
All right, that's fine. I'll do 2 level 2s and a level 3. So those 2 level 2s are gonna go to one, and the level 3 is gonna go to the other one.
Meanwhile, Zoho just looks around at the charred
Right,
remains of Cayenne and Rill's room.
One moment, just doing math. So
Yeah.
the first 2 you rolled go to who?
Let's go with Zygus get Rill. Azrael.
Alright, so Rill will get
The bigger heal.
4, 11, and then Cayenne gets 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'll do Rill's sheet.
Better be giving.
Then
better be
after
giving
the
that to me.
heal, I'm
I'm
gonna see
squishy.
if I can repair anything with this.
would I be able to? Kai, I can
Yep.
use cure wounds.
You can use Cure Wounds on people. You will also...
Need to. I'm gonna lose a spell slot because of this, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, you full age heal. No, aid buffers you in advance.
Yeah, I realize that, which is why I'm not using it. I use cure wounds afterwards.
So, who are you giving that to?
I'm good. How much points do each of them have before I make that decision?
How healthy are they looking? That's the best question you can ask.
It's not that it's not a case of it's not that they look healthy physically. It's more like they look fucking traumatized.
Yeah, I can imagine.
No, Cayenne looks.
Cayenne has a really
Dead.
that tan is like Cayenne is now black.
Again.
Yeah,
Again.
after it went away. So damn you, Kai. But yeah, Cayenne looks to be about just below less than half dead.
After
Who
healing
has
you?
more?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
we don't do it by hit point number. You do it by what you think you see.
Yeah, and she looks half dead.
I'll throw one at Cayenne, and then I will cast it again and throw the other one at
I think you need to
Freaking-
roll it so we know the numbers.
I think he's pushing
Uh,
buttons.
Well, the first one was 10 because he rolled it already.
They're both.
Oh,
10.
another 10. Okay, so I'll do roll sheet.
So 10 and 10.
Okay, great, excellent.
Yeah, and then I'll just start spamming this all over the place to see if I can't fix a lot of this damage.
I'm gonna do the same because I also have it.
Because the
think
last
there's
thing I want is for the owner to come back and see the entire room charred to
Right,
bits.
okay. Let's go back to story now. We've done horrible math.
Okay, so I had a dream, and basically I had the urge to stand up to do something. So I stood up, but then I was in a void. Then there was a fireplace, and it kept trying to grab me.
Wait, it kept trying to grab you?
Yeah, and so I decided to do a bunch of different things, and it somehow affected it. And now and then I started hearing failure, 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 another failure,
Wait a minute.
again, failure.
Wait
Then
a
I think I
minute.
heard Zoho. Wait, did I hear Zoho, Kai?
Holds his hand out. Did you say you were hearing failure?
One moment.
And his voice had some knowing to it.
You did not hear Zoho because during that whole thing. Kai said that.
No.
It was an unfamiliar voice.
Let them figure it out.
And you were positive you were hearing failure.
I think Faye
Cayenne?
ended up getting dragged by her parents.
Yeah, I'm getting dragged away from and to take a break.
So you want
Oh.
me to call a break?
Okay, so it's annoying as hell, but we'll go to the nitty gritty shitty bit that we can do without Cayenne's. So you want to try and mend stuff?
Yeah.
So you kind
Yes.
of you hurry into the room all together, sort of like scrambling from the door, and you see the scene of just everything charged and blackened.
I don't care if it takes me a while because I know it's a very little amount of space that I can repair, but if I have to do it bit by bit, I will do it.
Right, your options are you've got 3 beds. You've got that seem to be charred. There's no recovering mattresses, duvets, and stuff. All the light, fluffy stuff that's really nice and comfy, that's fucking gone. That is charred to. That's not charred. That is gone. It is dust, except for like a few rags.
What if I cast Revivify on them?
There is a upturned table to the one corner. There seems to be a wardrobe robe / drawers, which seems to have the door hanging off. You might be able to fix that. And there is a coat rack that is no. You go to touch it to check whether it's okay, and it just kind of like falls apart in your hands. It's extra crispy.
Jeez.
Extra crispy.
Well, gotta try.
But you are able to use mending to repair the wardrobe and get the hinges and stuff attached straight and that.
Okay. What about the floor damage?
I'm not sure charring is mendable. It's more of a cleanup job.
Press a single
The
break or
carpet.
tear in an object you touch. Broken link, 2 halves of broken key. Okay.
What
But
about
you've
the
got like you
carpet?
can the carpet, the rug. That's gone. That was in the middle of
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
That,
I'm talking about the floor, not the rug or something.
the floor is blackened, but it doesn't seem to be.
Is it made out of stone or is it made out of wood?
Well, it's stone.
Okay.
The room itself is carved. Oh, the decorative curtains on the wall, they're gone. But there is a bar still hanging up that seems to be okay? Question
Kind
mark.
Would it look kind of bent from the heat?
I fixed.
No, it's not metal.
I-
It's just a wooden. It was a wooden pole. Whether it's still a wooden pole right now, or whether it went the way of the coat hanger.
I fixed what I can. Let the dwarf deal with the rest. Walk over to the what time is it right now?
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I try and move over to the front desk, see if the woman is still there or hanging
Right.
around.
Can I fix the door?
Yeah, you can fix the door. You can put the door back on the hinges. That's a thing you can do. Yeah, that would
Okay,
probably
I
do well.
fix. I fix the
As
door.
you pick the door up, you notice that what was the inside is pure black, and the outside still looks like this nice old rustic door.
Oh.
So you know which way round it's gotta go.
To make it look good on the outside.
Back.
Welcome back.
Right, so Otto's going to try and find the counterperson who he will. I'll come back to you in a moment, but you're going to run off into her as she seems to be trotting up the stairs in a nightgown.
Oh, hi! It's just the
Hang on,
person I
I'll
wanted
come
to
back
see.
to this phase back, so we'll finish the bit that we were
Okay.
Yeah,
on. So, Faye and Zoho were. No, sorry, Cayenne and
Cayenne and
Zoho
We're,
were doing realizations.
and you're sure that you heard failure?
Yeah. Now again, Kai. Did Kai hear Zoho respond back?
You just heard the same thing. You heard the same thing Zoho heard. You didn't hear Zoho's voice.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was just.
When he was saying to himself, "Oh, not this again," that was before you connected because it kicked in at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. It was just failure. Fail. Here, and me do a bunch of spells just to see what the fire want. It decided it wanted to give me a hug, then exploded. After absorbing itself into me, and now I'm just dark skinned again. God damn it.
Zoho glances around at the destroyed room. Probably should have passed on the hug then. Is this how dreams usually go?
No, it's not. It's usually just a bunch of memories or fantasies. Sometimes maybe it's just shenanigans from a spellcast. Or others, I look at Zo. Does Zoho have Sabakaze?
No, that would still
No,
be in his room where he left it.
Zoho is in whatever he wears to sleep.
Okay, she.
I
Okay,
think the
Cayenne
only
would,
person who picked anything up was, I think, Thorin picked up a knife.
okay, then Cayenne would just
Yep.
look at Zoho. Or in the case of Nevisville, it could just be the exact same thing that you have, but as a sword. But it's a form somewhere in this town.
Are you talking about another primal spirit, like Sabakaze?
Well, that's the only thing I could assume. It's probably an eternal hearth fire here.
Come to think of it, when we were on that mission with Danny, I had a vision. I had a vision of the gateway before we found it.
I would really have expected the dwarf to be fire, but no, it has to be the one that's weak to it. She says this out loud.
But
I can't help but chuckle at this.
but we never really pinned down what your affinity was.
Yes, and due to a lot of strange circumstance is around my life, that's probably the cause of it. But who knows? Prior to me remembering the last thing I remember.
This is strange.
Oh God, what if I did that? What if I did that?
He looks around. Well, whatever you did, you must have really did a number on Kaite. I don't see her
Well,
anywhere.
yeah, neither do. Yeah, neither do. Hey Kai, just a thing because I know it from someone else because I used to sit and listen to their campaign. Shouldn't Rill be able just to resummon her dragon?
Kaite is not dead, therefore not desummoned.
Yeah, no, it does.
And yet
Does it
she's
say
not
Kaite is not a familiar in that sense.
Yeah, but
Kaite
it's
works slightly different.
okay.
You can't blink Kaite in and out like familiars. If something does happen to her, she can be brought back.
I don't think fire would make her disappear anyway.
considering that one tavern we were in when she just hopped into a fireplace as if it was a sauna.
Yeah, keep in mind,
Wouldn't be
I'm
surprised.
not saying this here because I'm already gone by then.
Hmm. Meh. Hmm.
Well, well, God,
Are
Still,
you sure that's a wise idea?
what's a wise idea?
Going back to sleep after what just happened.
Well, no. But what choice do we have? I literally
although
cast
Cayenne,
in a good half of my spells.
Cayenne,
What?
the words you were hearing. Those were the words. Those were some of the words that I heard in the vision I had back when I was living at the monastery. The vision that compelled me to travel.
Okay, can I put an Arcana or an Insight check to put 2 and 2 together, or that the fire connected me to Zoho?
It can't be a coincidence.
You should have been able to figure it out just from your conversation. You shouldn't have to roll.
Okay. Well, it's either the fire was emanating it, or it's because the fire was trying to connect with you, and I used connect thought, detect thoughts.
But that's peculiar. I mean, my affinity is wind, not fire.
Yes, but you also keep stating something about a spirit and dreaming and not being able
That's
to.
my quarry spirit. It's a totally different thing.
Yes, but what if? Yes, but what if your spirit is connected to Sabaka's and the thing that just exploded me?
That. He stops. Hmm. That's a good question. To be honest, I don't know much about the spirit tethered to my soul.
And I
It
can't
could be
talk
a
to it or connect to it, so I can't help you there.
To
What?
be honest, I can't connect to it either. It's
True.
just there. Like, it's this presence in the back of my head. You know? Something that's there, yet at the same time, I can't really talk to it. Them. Whatever.
Kai, I need to step away for a minute. I gotta use the washroom.
Okay.
Point is, I don't know. The point is, I wouldn't be able to talk with the spirit even if I could. But
That's concerning.
but what I want to know is why it's showing me these visions. That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Why does a woman want to know something about an intimate fine structure or in the middle of a foggy forest and have each of us try to input magic into it without giving it any direction other than just thinking about the element?
Zoho shrugs. Inquisitive curiosity?
Yeah, inquisitive curiosity. After it broke, I had the realization of, wait, shit, maybe if we thought of a location, it might do something other than make it down pour rain, then ice, and then gale force winds.
I still remember the tent that got blown into a tree when I attempted connecting with the gate. Hmm. So much. There's so much we don't know. And what we do know is very little. Hopefully, we'll find out more at the library when we go visit.
if we don't get tossed out of town.
What makes you think we get tossed out of town? We could just.
Well, by all means, it looks like I cast fireball on myself in the middle of the room.
You don't know that. It could have just been an accident.
Is there a window?
No, the window, the curtains that were used to be there are now just a black wall and a blackened bar across the top. They were just purely decorative because you can't see the outside world.
Okay, well, the only other option is someone broke in, had a beef with us. Hang on one moment. And
Broken, had a beef with. Thus, you tried
I'm apparently
torching
real.
them. You. What?
Wrong character selected.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, sorry.
Hmm?
Yeah, I must have scrolled on the ass. I tried to connect to Kaite.
You're trying to connect to Kaite.
Yeah, especially since it can understand me with tongues.
There is you can connect to Kaite, you don't need to understand her. Kaite is in the room.
I decide to call out to Kaite and to Draconic to come out.
Kaite is just a blackened spot on the wall or something.
Or just
You
curled up in a
try to
ball.
message Kaite and you just get when you send the message back, you just kind of get a lot of panic.
Kaite, what
Big
what
fire!
happened?
Flash of light! What happened?
Kaite, how did I explode?
You just get like a hissing response as if she's trying, like she's afraid of you right now.
I didn't do that.
How is she
I did not
afraid
do
of
that.
him?
Let me
He's-
try. And though Zoho doesn't know any Draconic or anything, he just calls out, Kaite, it's me, Zoho. It's
I just
okay.
step
Come on
out of the
out.
room and lie down on the floor.
It's okay.
Just
The
in the
danger
middle
is
of the
past.
corridor.
You can come out.
Do, 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 do. Roll a persuasion.
Oh boy. Okay.
Do I need
17.
Okay. It takes a little while. There's not really many places that Kaite could be.
is Kaite in the third bed?
Kaite, you see her nose kind of like poke out from the remains of the bed Rill's sitting on.
Zoho kneels down and looks under the bed.
Rill
Ah,
is just as afraid as Kaite right now. Like she has curled up all the remains of the bed as far back away from where Cayenne was as possible. She seems
Who's
to be
out?
in shock.
Who's outside in the hall, confused and panicked as hell?
Yes, from where you went exploding. From where you went exploding, not where you are now. And
Zoho gives
Kaite seems to be doing a similar thing under the bed.
Zoho gives Kaite a reassuring smile and holds out his hand. It's okay. The danger is past. It's okay. Everything's okay.
She doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to you. She's like, her eyes are like searching around the room, checking what's going on. And when she realized that Cayenne's not there, she makes for the top of the bed and Rill.
Well, that's shitty.
Kaite and Rill are in a panic. We can't fully explain exactly what happened.
I woke up. Suddenly, the explosion.
You're not in the room anymore.
Doesn't mean I can't hear it from outside the room and just turn my head and just say it.
Just call back in. I woke up and suddenly explosion.
No, I wouldn't fucking yell that. Are you
Right.
mad?
I'm going to interrupt this
Sorry.
this message to head down to what Cayenne can probably hear down the hallway, considering they're out in the hallway now. Cayenne, you can hear a conversation going on down what appears to be down the end of the hallway, just down the stairs.
Oh,
Hey, Otto.
hello.
You, as they're having the discussion upstairs, you bump into the dwarf receptionist who is in a nightgown, seemingly trying to hurriedly up the stairs.
So, yeah, I'm assuming you're coming up to check on things.
Yes.
About that.
Don't know what the commotion is, but need to make sure everyone's okay.
Everybody is fine. Everything, not quite as good. I am willing to pay for the damages.
She pauses and looks at you with a questioning eye.
What? How much would you say?
You might
Would it
regret
cost to
asking that.
repair, say, a fireball going off in one of your rooms?
Otto, why?
What?
Because there's
Because
really
we
no way to-
repaired a lot of it.
Bruh.
Otto is so awkward.
Yes, that's his character.
Hang on. Be right back.
He's too honest.
Be right back. Gotta catch a spider.
That's his character.
is
flaw.
in
He's
the
too
most-
honest.
Sorry, be right back. I've got a spider running around on my desk underneath my mouse mat.
Uh-oh. Kai is in kill mode.
Guys in catch and release.
Catch and release. Freaking bear hugger. Oh, jeez.
And I can't use tongue on your sword because now it's a weapon. Fuck.
What, Sabakaze?
Yeah, because it's a fuck. It used to be a creature, now it's a weapon. It's an object. It doesn't count anymore.
You're disappointed that Sabakaze turned into a sword and now you cannot talk to her.
Well, it would explain. It could possibly explain to us what if the fox just tried to reach to you through me, and vice versa.
That clearly wasn't Sabakaze or the spirit.
Because, yeah, they're not fire aspect.
And
Yes,
this
but
is
not-
out of this is out
Yeah.
of character. By the way,
Yes, this is
No,
out
wait.
of character.
is it? Is it?
I'm not there.
Yeah, it is.
Just
yeah,
banter. Just banter. We'll call it banter.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Right, don't know where it went, but it's not on. I can't see it on my desk or anything I'm using right now. I just didn't want to end up squishing a freaking spider under my mouse, because that would have just been awkward.
Awkward.
Don't worry, it'll show up at the least opportune time. So yes, about that fireball in going off in one of your rooms.
No.
What?
Yes, a fireball. Like the spell? Yes?
I think oh boy.
Went off in a room?
Yeah, we don't exactly know what happened. I'm just using an example.
Does anybody want to run after
She-
Otto?
She
Oh, I
tries
do.
to hurry. She tries to get around you to try and find out what you're going on about.
Yeah, no, I'm not stopping her.
Okay, so she kind of like pushes just abruptly kind of like tries like squeezes around you awkwardly in her nightgown. The stairs aren't quite wide enough to safely pass both ways.
Yeah, wide enough for wide boy, yeah.
It's not even a case of wide way. It's just like a single passageway. They're not
Mhm.
very. There's not many stairs, but you have to kind of like go pretty single file. If you do come across someone going the other way, unless they are a really wide boy, then you can squeeze past one another. It's just a bit awkward because of
Mhm.
personal space
Fair enough.
and the fact that she's in a nightgown. And Cayenne, as you lock up towards like glance up in the generate direction of where you're hearing these mumbled voices from, you see her head like pop up from the stairs and like quickly, hurriedly come along, and
Did she?
she looks at
Did she?
her eyes meet you lying in the middle of the floor. It's like, everything all right?
I'm better than I was, thanks to him and the dwarf. But all he did was stand up, and next thing I know, everything was on fire. But like not on fire, but it just happened in a moment. I don't know what happened.
She gives you the hurried, the worried look that she just gave Otto on the stairs, and she kind of like opens the door that.
That was
put back on the
repaired.
hinges.
That was
Yeah,
repaired.
Thorin was.
And it looks
put it
great
back
on
on
the
the
outside.
hinges.
It looks great on the outside the moment she opens the door. Holy shit!
And she just goes silent.
Also,
And the people in the
Turn-
room just see this dwarf lady in a nightgown, kind of like just staring at the room in complete shock.
also don't listen to him. He's broke. Will 30
Figure
gold do?
We could explain, but we don't know what happened.
Ah,
I think someone cursed me on the way into town.
I should have knew you were adventurous. Ah,
Oh, we didn't tell you, did we? Yes, he weighs a hand to Cayenne. Cayenne is our group's sorceress.
Yeah, as I follow closely behind her. As I said, we are willing to pay for the damages.
I don't know the spell Fireball. I actually don't.
she kind of hurriedly starts looking at people and like, wait, follow me,
What?
come,
have a-
come.
Zoho just confusedly follows her out.
Yep, I'm following her too.
Do we need to take our stuff?
yes, grab your stuff.
Ah, shit, we're getting kicked out. Okay. I gather up my stuff.
I get
And
my.
Zoho quickly
I grab everything.
changes into his usual gear and grabs the stuff.
I grab my stuff too after she says that.
She hurries the group of you like down the corridor and up the next flight of stairs.
Oh, there's another
Eh,
place there.
Another fight? Huh?
Yeah, there's one at each end of the hallway. One goes down, one goes up.
She just pushed us up, which means something's up.
Oh, good,
um,
great.
Right,
Huh?
right. Yes, this one should do. This one should do. This is your room now.
Uh,
30 gold should cover it.
Okay, here you go. I'm
I
now down to
enter-
yeah,
96.
don't you think we should?
Is
each
that for
pay
the
our
damages
share?
or the room?
The damages. I look at Otto
Don't,
and hold the
don't-
finger up to my
don't-
mouth.
don't-
Here, dear lady, before you say anything, I hand her 10 gold. Please, don't speak of this to anybody.
I think it's far past that point.
That just raises further questions.
Oh, no, it's
And-
quite.
And what I said.
She takes the 10 gold and she's just like, no, it's quite all right. Use this room now, and she seems to be a little worried about what's happened, but it's all like more concerned with getting it sorted out, and it's all like, yes, use this room. Nothing's changed. just a room. I need to go check on the other guests. And she kind of like hurries off, and you see her walk down the corridor to another room, and you see her knocking on the door, and like it just creaking open as the person inside is sort of like peering out. It's like, yes, and you see her kind of like checking up on them, and then she goes off down the next set of stairs. She's basically just checking all the rooms because of the
Zoho
what,
is
like the sound has just happened, and it's like everything's all
um,
right. Don't worry about it. I'm just checking up on people. There's a bit of an accident.
Zoho watches this for a moment, then looks to the others. I guess we got an upgrade?
I think we got it down. I think we got. I think we got a downgrade.
I
'cause we
poke
also-
at the bed.
You look around. There's only 4 beds in here.
I poke at
I-
the. I poke the bed though.
I just lay on the floor.
Is it as comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otto goes back to sleep.
No.
I was joking.
You are now lodged in a different room that isn't burnt to a crisp.
My worry is how semi-calm she was about that. She was worried, yes, but it didn't seem to surprise her as much as I thought it would.
I have a great feeling we're probably going to be talking to her boss, which is probably the Tavern Keep.
Oh boy. And
just gonna-
something tells me we're not the first group of adventurers she's had to deal with.
I
I'm
get
just
the feeling that the fact that we are adventurers is the problem.
Hmm.
They should really put a sign. Actually, this could have been worse. It could have been in a creek, the old tavern, or in the mid, or a bunch of in the middle of a bunch of dwarves.
Imagine how much worse it would have been if you went to the wooden building.
Oh,
Like the
you-
workhouses.
Are you glad we didn't go to the workhouse and ye old
Oh.
tavern now?
Yeah, because I would have exploded a bunch of dwarves.
Oh
who
yes,
probably have
I
certain
totally
stats.
expected our.
Right. Anyway, back to characters. You've been set with a.
No,
you've been
that's
set
what
up with a new
this
world.
isn't character. This is
She's either. She's
I
either.
was not saying that in character.
Oh, okay.
She's either very good at hiding her what's going on, or like how she currently feels, or she's a bit in disbelief. Who knows? You've paid to repair the room. You think you might be okay. Would you like to take the opportunity to
Finish
rest,
the
or are you
long
going to
rest.
keep discussing the problem?
Well, I'm an
I-
early riser. I'd probably be up this early at this point.
No, just reset your long rest.
What? So we
You
don't
have
a
been
long rest?
woken up in the middle of the night
We got
to
through three-
Cayenne exploding.
But I
We got
wake
through
up
3
at like 5. You said it was only 4. And I went to
Yes,
bed
but it's-
early, remember?
Yes, but it's broken the long rest chain.
Fine.
Great.
I
Whatever.
just go lie in the middle of the floor and
All it
Fine.
means
sleep
is
and
you'll
go
be
to bed.
waking up later in the morning.
Fine, I grumble and I like flop in the bed.
Hmm.
I suggest we do watches to keep an eye on Cayenne this
How
time
about-
around.
How about this? Fun fact, I actually don't require sleep. How about I just don't and keep us all safe?
You don't need sleep. Oh
No,
wait.
it's no.
I think this has been
Why do you think-
established already.
No, no one knew.
Okay.
Hmm.
No, because because 2 of you, I had taken over your watch and went back into the tent after waking you up, and one of you woke. And this was when basically
Cayenne look right. So to everybody, Cayenne
Oop.
currently, I believe, looks like a generic human.
yes.
However, Cayenne is not that she doesn't have to sleep. Think of it, it's the elf thing. Only requires a part time of rest. Still needs rest, but doesn't have to actually sleep for it.
Yeah, she's basically, she's like somehow horribly describing that while trying to be truthful, where she just needs to sit and not do anything, or just do light active Indeed, not cast spells, not do something strenuous like training and whatnot. Just sit there, read a book, or just stare up at the sky.
Pretend to be a half elf. That's my advice.
Yeah, yeah. So she's pen horribly explained, and so that's what you're getting. It's either it's just the able to trance.
Huh.
That is. Because of my background in gaming, trance means something completely different. Anyway, yeah, it's just you meditating.
Yeah, yeah. That's just that one.
Huh.
Are you sure you will be okay?
If I have a problem, we will all know about it because I'll either explode again or I'll shake one of you awake or scream in terror.
With my head still buried in the pillow, I raised one finger. It's okay, I'll be up in a couple hours anyway.
Good luck with that.
Well, then I'm going back. I stretch my arms over my head and then proceed to just go back to bed.
Let's try to forget this horrid experience and put it behind us for now.
Pretty much.
So you have your panic. You have your panic talk. You try to.
Does this rest reset my spells?
Yes, if you stay in long enough to do it.
Well, it'll be long enough, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at with the broken thing. It's because you did spells and things. It's going to change. If you still want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you can, but you're not going to get your
Nah.
spells and that back.
Nah, it's not gonna be that early. It's probably gonna be like 7 or 9 at this point.
If you guys wish to sleep in, you will get your spells back in that as the long rest.
Yeah, I think
Herb,
so.
My
Sure.
character is definitely gonna be a grumpy ghost though.
Derp, if I'm completely on, is how long rest works. You would you would wake up at 10 and then basically go have breakfast for 2 hours.
All right, long rest it is.
I know. I did say 7 or 9, right?
Yeah.
Anywhoozle.
So,
Right.
am I hitting the
So-
long rest button now?
Yeah, if you're going to sleep in to get the actual full required time in
Yes.
needed. So it takes you guys a while to kind of settle down again.
Because our hearts were racing.
It helps having really comfy beds,
Yeah.
but your
Calm
minds
and a calm emotions.
you've got a bunch of emotions and questions and stuff running through your heads that are lingering in your mind. But you are able to kind of awkwardly get to sleep as best you can. So you get to hit your long rest buttons.
Yeah.
Way ahead of you, bro.
And later in the morning, you guys kind of wake up roughly about the same time. Those who wake up first, you kind of sit on the bed, kind of that was a interesting night.
I get up.
Whatever.
And...
And once everyone's awake, you kind of decide you then go as a group to be on, let's say, be on the safe side, not really knowing what happened with Cayenne. You head down together to. You take your stuff with you because you have a feeling you may not want to come back here anytime soon.
Yep. And it was only for the night, anyways.
And you head down and you see the reception lady now behind the desk again, and she looks up and she goes, there's this slight awkwardness in her voice as she's like, thank you for staying with us. Hope to see you again sometime.
Probably might have to give it a month or two.
Or
Just in
12.
Just in case.
No, don't be shy. You're welcome anytime.
Okay, whatever you say.
Yes, the beds.
I
Regardless of what happened, I'm really happy with the beds. They were very comfortable, I feel it necessary for me to do this. I hand her 10 gold pieces because I'm really happy.
It's like she awkwardly takes the 10 gold pieces and then thanks you for the
That was an
thanks you for the tip.
exquisite sleep. It was so comfortable.
I bow before the lady. Thank you for the service. I would most certainly recommend this to any of my relatives or my family, or any friends of mine. It's the most comfortable beds I have ever been in, and the best sleep I have had in many a long year.
You know,
I'm just trying to
minus
figure-
the immolation.
I punch Otto in the ribs.
Oh!
Otto, Zaho pats Otto's shoulder. Please be quiet.
Oh.
There's a time and a place, and this place is not now.
Thank you for the excellent service, and I do hope to come back again. Have a good day.
Have a good day. And she kind of like gingerly waves goodbye to you as you leave the doors.
Cayenne would have just waved goodbye as they're all talking
She's-
outside. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to come back here in this form.
I'm just imagining like she's doing the calm, very pleasing, get the fuck out of my establishment voice and stuff.
Yep. Close enough. So, you head out the door. Now, would you like to go get breakfast at this tavern, or would you like to eat somewhere else later in the day?
Nope,
Going
I
inside.
I am going inside this tavern.
I'm going
We're
inside this
already
tavern as
here.
well because I probably heard from them how good it was, and I really want to try it.
Hmm.
Okay, Kai.
Yep.
Just to make sure, would I have had to pay twice as much for the meal from here, or no?
That depends on whether you ordered 2 meals or not.
Okay, then I had a ration.
That one's always your decision on whether you want to how you want to split it.
Okay, I'm just going to order my food. Have 1 silver left, unless I pay for real, and then just.
Oh
How
dear
many-
God!
Real has
I meant
more
for
heart.
Oh,
I meant for her stay. I meant for her staying. She can buy her own food, or one of you can.
I ain't
How
into
many
it.
silver pieces? It was 3 silver pieces for.
Right. It was. It was a single one for breakfast.
yeah.
so
Breakfast
I'd
is
have to
just
pay
1
3.
silver.
Yeah, I was about to
Uh,
tell you guys the amount will change based on the meal. Breakfast is smaller than what you guys had last night.
Breakfast is a hearty homemade porridge.
Okay,
Hmm.
so I've had the rash. And then
Here's a dumb question, but an honest one. Is coffee a thing in this universe?
I mean, coffee existed way
Not
way
here.
past.
Not here.
It's
This is Dwarf
water
Town.
or ale.
yeah, you're right. It's fucking ale.
Alcohol.
Well,
It's a
how else are you supposed to
dwarven
start your
town.
day?
Wait. What about caffeinated alcohol?
That's just alcohol
With
with a
stats.
fucking jalapeno.
Ooh, Smeagol.
Alright, so you guys head into the tavern next door. You order yourself some breakfast,
I just downed it and go outside.
and you may.
I grab Cayenne before Cayenne can go outside and make her sit down.
I was just gonna sit outside where you
Yes,
see me
and
in the window.
and then I go, shush. Doing that would only make you look more suspicious. Sit down and eat with the rest of us.
Okay, whatever.
Too tired to argue.
Too tired to argue, and as long as no one questions why I went from light to dark, that's all I need.
Pat.
Well, Well, you and the room both went extra crispy, so I don't think anyone's questioning why you may be dark.
Yes, but that's not how this works with other people. If Rill explode, it should still be the same color.
Real sitting in the group seems to be giving Cayenne a bit of a like opposite. She's like sitting opposite ends of the table kind of deal.
Yes, and she heard everything I said. I don't know what happened. All I did was stand up, apparently went into a dream, and then a fire hugged me, and then I exploded. And I
So-
don't have the spell that would be able
As
to do it.
I have a dumb question.
as Zyker is not here, and I'm not entirely sure. She's doing the "I'm on the edge. I could go either way" thing. I'll be here on the edge of at the other end of the table. So if I need to leave, I can go. If I decide to, but this is where Rill's current state of mind is. Kaite is not pleased with Cayenne.
I have a dumb question. Since a lot of things around them blew up, what happened to their clothes?
Well, assuming
all
that they
taken
put
together.
their bags and stuff under the beds or whatever, they were adequately covered enough to not get completely fucked.
Did I
But
lose
they may be a darker color.
I meant the ones that they were wearing. Like, she
Well,
just
really
woke
would've
up
been
standing there, blasted the entire room. Wouldn't?
Well, if Rill was under a blanket, her clothes would be no worse for wear. I'm pretty sure the common clothes that Cayenne had is just
Right.
watered fire.
Right. Okay. Just to clarify, Rill's clothes are pretty much fine. She was under a woolen blanket.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, wool isn't actually that flammable.
Yeah.
Takes a lot to get it going.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, Cayenne was the origin point.
That's what I'm talking about.
The only reason Cayenne took damage was because she's fucking weak to it.
I'm going to find this fire spear and give it a piece of my mind.
Right. So, you finish off your awkward breakfast. I'm assuming you guys are still going with the library for now.
Yes,
Yes.
because now other than the ancient magical architecture, I'm looking up ghosts.
Right. So,
Or local fire
You-
deities.
you finish up your late breakfast. You make sure you pick up your bags and things.
Wait, what was the price for the breakfast?
One silver.
1 silver? Okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Nice hearty porridge,
Just wanted
homemade,
to make sure.
and you set out towards your origin goal with these questions in your mind, hoping to find answers. And you're looking for the library. Foreign, you remember enough that you would expect the library to be in the historical, I'll say district just because it's easier, which is another part of town,
Okay.
deeper within the mountain. So you follow the.
We're off to
You
see
guys-
the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
No, he's not this town. He's in another castle.
Oh, come on. Are you actually screwing with me? Or are you being serious?
No, I'm
The
screwing with
wizards-
you. Do you see a yellow brick road here? No, it's dark stone carved to a nice finish. And then worn away by all the people walking over it over years and years and years. So it's kind of flat, but also not flat at the same time. But flat enough that you don't break your ankles.
It's
So-
not difficult terrain.
Yes. It's worn, but it's solid enough that it's a road, path, whatever. So you start making you head out, and you start heading towards the deeper parts of the city, within the mountain. You follow the you follow the outskirts of this cavern around until until you come across the signs indicating the correct tunnel that you need to go through to get to the next area, and you head through there. It's quite an amazing sight. Each of these caverns seems to be like lit alight just from these shimmering stones that seem to be in the ceilings, and then the occasional like lantern and kind of an old. Some of them look like kind of like old lampposts, but they don't have like running gas and stuff here.
I'm gonna be right back.
And you head through the first tunnel into the next section, which this seems to just be mainly just housing and not a lot else from what you can make out. And you head through and you follow the signs and you go through another tunnel going even deeper into the heart of the mountain. And you come out into what the signs seem to be leading you to, what is referred to as the signs are in Dwarven rather than Common, going this far into the mountain, and it leads you to effectively the historical cavern. And as you enter here, the cavern itself doesn't seem to be as wide as other ones, but seems to be much taller. And you look around as you come in here, it doesn't feel as claustrophobic, though the buildings here are all rather tall in size and spaced out more than the previous areas you've been in. And you continue to follow the road into what seems to be the center of the cavern, where there seems to be. It's kind of like a town square where you can clearly see the ceiling of the cavern and all the light sources in the ceiling, and they look like a clear night sky, unknowing to what time of day actually is outside, other than your like natural rhythm of time, which isn't messed up yet.
Alright, let me try that again. I'm back.
Yes, hello.
Sorry, the reason why I said that a second time because I accidentally didn't unmute my stream microphone first.
So, as you stand here, you see in the center of this square there seems to be one larger like post with a lot of signs on it,
Oh.
Okay.
all written in Dwarvish.
I'm not gonna have fun if everything in that library is written in Dwarvish.
I mean,
You have spells and shit for that.
I don't have. Uh,
you had a long
the
rest.
other. I don't have the other one. I only have tongues. That works verbally.
Right. I would like someone to roll a D100.
I can roll it.
I want to do
Okay.
it. No.
So Ho was first.
Fine.
Okay. Roll D100.
Because I always like randomizing my shit. Okay,
20.
Cool. So, you're currently standing in this central, like, square area. I say square, but it's actually very round. And there seems to be different streets going off in different directions. It seems to be like a clock face. And there's just one large post in the center with like the signs coming off indicating each street that is connected. And there's a variety of people walking around, but at an estimate, 9 out of 10 are dwarves. So, what's the plan, guys?
So, Let's see.
You've made it to the historical district. I hate the word district, but it's the historical district.
Look for the library.
Hmm. Well, that's easy to do. I step up to the signpost and read the signs.
Is Farin the only one who can read Dwarvish
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
without
unless
casting spells and stuff?
yeah.
Okay, so Farin heads to the center of this square circle thing, and you see, he starts reading the signs, and you can it's going to take him a minute because he's going to have to basically walk around this post to read each sign because you can't see all of them from the one direction. What would you guys like to do while he's doing that?
I look at the dwarves. Which looks the wisest, intelligent?
The wisest and intelligent. What would you say is wise and intelligent?
A nerd.
Glasses.
A dwarf wearing
Carrying-
glasses.
Carrying book.
Right. Can you roll a perception?
I give roll perception.
Well, if Cayenne wants to look for a nerdy dwarf, they can roll perception.
Zoho wants to help.
Right.
Well, I was gonna. Well, I already
It'll-
rolled.
it-
So.
Yeah, it was going to be with advantage if that was going to help.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had already clicked.
Also,
Sorry.
derp, I just realized I turned on my camera lamp. And my camera's not on because it's busted. So I'm blasting myself with light in my face for no reason.
For no
Anyway.
reason.
Anyway, so as Farin goes to inspect the sign to find the actual directions he needs, Zoho, you don't really notice much. You just kind of end up sort of looking around, going, "That's a lot of dwarfs."
Mm.
You feel a little out of place considering pretty much everyone here is shorter than you.
Hmm.
Welcome
Jeez,
to Otto's world.
Yeah, yeah.
We just have a better time getting to the top shelf.
And you look around and you kind of admire the way that the caverns are lit up from the position you have. And Cayenne, you looking around, you there's a lot of dwarves to choose from here. Some old, some young. One dude who's not a dwarf.
One dude that's not a dwarf. What the fuck?
Wait,
I said 9 out of 10 are dwarves.
Oh,
There is the occasional other person in here.
okay.
But you don't see anyone with glasses.
Okay, so no book nerds. Got it. Damn.
Stereotyping with the glasses.
I didn't stereotype with the glasses.
You're also not here. You're also not got much time to have a look around either. So, because Foreign's going around. Would you like to go clockwise or anti-clockwise, Foreign?
Anti-clockwise.
So you head over to the signpost and
Counterclock.
you start with the one that you can clearly read, and you start working around anti-clockwise until you find one
Hey,
that reads in Dwarvish.
hey,
Library.
get used to it. They say anti-clockwise.
Uh,
I know.
And you find the one that says library, and it's pointing down one of the. Let's say, let's randomize it. It's a clock face. 6 o'clock. Going by what appears to what you think is north, being 12 o'clock.
Wouldn't 6 o'clock be the way we came?
No. You came from 4 o'clock.
Okay, 2 streets, got it.
Well, there's like it's like a clock face.
Okay.
There is a total of 9 streets coming off of this area.
Uh.
So far in, you have successfully found the sign pointing to the library. It seems to be pointing down I wouldn't say narrow street, but it's narrower than some of the other ones. And you just
I beckon to everybody. Follow me.
Great.
and you guys I'm guessing everyone's gonna follow, no problems.
Yep.
Right. What's everyone's passive perception?
Let me look.
Let's have a look.
Zoho's is passive perception. Where would that be?
I got it. I got my list.
I forgot how to do that. We talked about this, and I've already forgotten. to
It's
do it.
okay. Right. So let's see.
Oh, there it is. Passive. $16.
Um.
It's your score plus 10.
Uh,
So like
perception. So perception is wisdom. So so Zoho's would be 13 since it's 3 plus 10. Right?
Are you proficient in perception?
No.
Right. So
Okay, then
everyone's
yes.
got over 12.
Yes.
Wait, am I supposed to roll perception as well?
No, I'm asking passives.
Passives.
Right. Everyone's got more than 12. Right.
Okay.
So
I guess I
you're
should-
walking along. You don't pay too much mind to it at first. But there's a clinking sound, and it seems to be following you.
Mm.
Everyone notices it. Sounds like metal. It sounds like metal clanging on metal.
Mm.
Or, well, not solid metal, but more like chains shaking. And it's coming from behind you. And you don't pay much attention to it at first, but after a few minutes, you start getting that awkward feeling that you're being followed.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Is there any alleyways or anything close by?
There's a couple of side passages and alleyways that go off in various directions.
I stroke my beard as I continue walking, looking from side to side.
Side to side, but not behind. Got it.
Well, that would just arouse suspicion if anybody, especially with the clanking of chains.
Clink. Clink.
Hmm.
It's not very loud. It's just that chinging like sound, and it seems to be staying with you.
I decide to take a peek behind me. Do I
You
have to roll anything?
No, you're just like glancing over your shoulder.
Yeah, I guess. Do
You
I
glance
happen to
over
see-
your shoulder. There seems to be a couple of dwarf guards behind you.
Shit.
What is it, Thorn?
We're being followed by some guards. I would, under other circumstances, if it was Carnell, I would suggest disappearing into an alleyway. But where there are a few dwarven guards, there are many, and they know these streets better than we do.
True. Let's just keep walking.
I immediately turn around and hi, officers. How can I help you?
Whack! Before he could say anything, I whack him upside the head. Otto, shut up.
Oh,
Swear to God, this man's going to get us killed.
Zoho sighs and turns to face the guards.
No, 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 no. I tap Zoho on the shoulder. Ignore them. Keep going. Knock Otto out if you have to and drag him behind us.
Sure.
Zoho just
Not a
nonchalantly
word.
Sure,
turns
you attempt
Otto.
to move a hunk of a man. I dare you.
I look at Otto. Would you like me to appeal to Rill or Cayenne right now?
Why? What the hell kind of threat is that?
Okay,
Cayenne
okay.
could definitely make this work. Don't tempt me. We are in a dwarven city. And you saw the
Just-
reaction to my family name earlier. Let's not make this worse.
I glance back to just sight one of them and let's see here. What the spell?
Let's be honest, the only thing he can do is maybe knock me out, which makes it a lot harder to run away.
Yes, but I'm making the point. Shush, walk.
Otto.
Character!
Awkward. We get that.
Kai,
I'm trying to impress upon Otto. This is a bad idea to talk to them.
We have nothing
Kai,
to
are they in
hide.
30 Kai, are they in 30 feet of us?
I look at Otto. Are you forgetting last night?
Yeah, and it wasn't our fault.
Guys.
They may not look at it that way, Miss.
That's fine. I can
Otto.
explain it to them if they need.
Guys.
No.
They
Is
are
trying to do a thing. Sorry.
they are just outside of 30 feet.
Fuck, I can't use the tech thoughts to see what they want with us.
They're being smart, which means this is not good.
I mean, I could see. I could see them. I could just.
No spells.
Yeah, that's just gonna make things worse.
Please. You exploded yesterday. I don't need you exploding in public.
That wasn't me. It was a ghost.
Shush. Both of you, keep going.
Picturing this conversation as you guys are walking down the street, trying to be hushed, but trying to make sure everyone's like, "No, keep going." It's so fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just
As you
enjoying-
slowly, you're not actually running yet, but I get the feeling you guys are slowly getting faster.
I continue at a measured pace, but I poke Otto and Cayenne. Don't do anything stupid. Keep walking.
So you guys keep walking down the street, and
there is a chance that they may not be following us. Maybe they're just doing a routine patrol.
I give Zoho a look. I'm a dwarf. I know how dwarven guards think and work. They are following us because of what happened. Keep walking.
Zoho just holds his hands up. Very well.
so as you keep walking at a slightly more brisk pace to what you normally do, you can tell that like they're keeping distance on you. If you speed up a bit, they speed up a little bit. And as you look ahead of you, you notice that there is a building ahead of you that seems to like force the road into a wide off into like a not a crossroad, like a
a dead
Y
end.
shape.
A fork.
Yeah, it's a fork. That's the one I'm looking for. a fork
Uh-huh.
in the road which goes up either side of this building, and in front at the entrance to this building that's on the fork itself, you see 2 more guards standing in front of this building.
Uh,
And as you
man.
get, and you keep you keep with your plan, you keep walking, and you see them pull out crossbows, point them towards you as you get within about 40 feet of them, and you hear. And if anyone glances over the shoulder at this point in time, you see that you would glance over and you would see the guards that have been following you look like they're signaling the ones in front. And as
Oh,
you get,
gee, I
and
wonder if they're.
they put as you get within 40 feet, that you see them lift up crossbows, and they wait for you to get a little closer. And when you're about 30 feet away, you hear the one in front shouting, "Halt!"
I
Zoho
hold both my
stops.
hands up, and I make a gesture of, I am unarmed. Don't shoot.
Ah, yes, let's get away from them, he said.
Shut up.
Zoho holds
Seems
his
to be
hand.
the problem.
Zoho looks to the others while holding his hands up. Just
S-
go with it.
Stay there.
What I said in the first
Don't
place.
move.
Okay.
And they close the distance on you. And who's at the back?
Probably me, because I was trailing behind, still wanting to talk to them.
As you're standing there, not moving as instructed, you just feel the slight poke into your back. As one of the ones that follow you is right up behind you.
Okay.
And the 2 in front walk up in front of you, and the group following you was 3 of them, and they take up slightly off to the sides to keep the group of you together.
Hmm.
And the one says, "I think that's him."
Uh-oh.
It's like, this is one from behind you. It's like,
This
which one? Which one?
I'm in so much shit because Cayenne is definitely not the one they're looking for.
I
It's
quick.
like one.
How about
One in front.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Wolf.
I actually didn't mean to press that.
The dwarf. Don't know who the others are.
Fuck.
Zoho immediately looks down at Thorin.
I raise
hold a
an
finger up.
eyebrow.
I hold a finger up at and make a gesture. Don't
Don't
do
move.
anything.
What seems to be the problem, officers?
One looks at Thorin and goes, "What's your name?
Thorin,
What's your clan name?"
Ironsbane.
He looks up to the one at the back. Is that right? There's a slight pause. Yeah, that's the one. You're under arrest, mate.
Under what charges?
Theft.
What?
Theft?
Doesn't concern
When?
you.
He's our
Kinda does, he's a
companion, it
friend.
does concern us.
So you're accomplices, eh?
Accomplices to what? We just arrived.
Yeah, we got here yesterday.
I gesture at at everybody. Quiet.
But Thorin.
No. I wish to speak to the head of the guard then to see what this is about. I hold out both my hands in front of me. If you wish to take me in chains, so be it, but I will go peacefully without fighting. Just leave my companions alone.
Thorin, are
know
you out of
nothing-
your mind?
I look out of the corner of my eye at Zoho and give him a slight shake of the head. Don't. I look at the guard. Like I said, I'll go peacefully. Leave them be. They only came to the city with me from Carnell. whatever is transpired or I'm being accused of, they have nothing to do with.
Hmm.
I hold out my hands, wrists turned up, hands open. If you wish to take me in chains, so be it. But like
He
I
just
said, I will go peacefully.
he gestures, the one talking gestures to the one next to him. He puts his crossbow down and pulls out shackles.
I step up to him. Like I said,
Don't move.
palms up.
You're making a good choice.
I have nothing to hide, nor anything to run from.
He puts the
Sage.
shackles on you. They take a good look at your friends. Like, if you're found guilty, we'll need to know whether they're involved. So don't go leaving town. He grabs he grabs the shackles, pulls you roughly forward away from the group, and pushes you in front of him. And it's like, start walking. I'll tell you which way you're going.
I follow his directions.
The other ones from behind, it's like, you guys wait here until he's gone. Then you should head off in the other direction.
That's oddly specific.
We came here. We only came here to find out some information about a structure that we found. That's all we came here for.
I have to agree. We only came here yesterday.
That's irrelevant. He's committed a crime.
When did he commit this crime?
We don't know that. The judge
Well-
will. The
That-
lawkeeper will check into that.
That's the problem with all of this. He's only arrived yesterday, and he's been away from this city for... we don't even know how long. And he's been in our party for months now.
Yeah, the
We
last
don't know
time-
that. The lawkeeper will see to him. But for now, I suggest keeping out of it.
Can we at least go to the library to find out the information?
You'll be free to go in a moment.
Well, we can't read Dwarven, so can you please escort us?
It's that building there. Points to the one at the end of the crossroads.
You mean where the two were?
Yep.
Are all the books in there Dwarven?
I wouldn't know.
Bruh.
Either way,
Okay,
if that's your destination, in a moment we'll let you go.
Cayenne, it's fine.
Just don't be going doing anything stupid.
Why would we do anything like? Hey.
Right now,
Cayenne is fine.
they're neither on the. They could arrest. Right now, it's all like you get the feeling if you do anything that they don't want, they will lock you up with him. And you watch Foreign get led away off to the one side, and you watch him disappear out of view behind the buildings. Once he's gone, it's all like they go, right. Don't be following him. Be on your way. But they stand there and wait to check that you actually go to where you said you were going and go inside the building.
I go inside the building.
Come on, everyone. Let's go. Yeah, Zoho's just a little pissed.
Now, I'm also very suspicious.
Well, for now,
I don't
gonna
believe
try
that they're
here.
guards to begin with.
Okay, I am in jail.
this is where Foreign's being taken.
Hey, look, it's gay baby jail.
Foreign is being taken to jail until the lawkeeper can come see him. And this is where we'll be ending the session.
And this is why they say never trust the DM.
No. Anyways, folks, that's us for tonight. We'll see you guys again tomorrow night for some Terraria modded, and we'll see you guys next week. Actually, no, we won't see you guys next week. I have actually a party to attend, so I won't be able to be here for Saturday night. So yeah, we'll see you guys 2 weeks.
See you for next D&D.
Yeah, we'll see you guys 2 weeks from now for next D&D, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some modded Terraria. See you guys then.
And uncovered Thorin's fate.